Hey, historians, welcome back to another great episode of the Historically Haunted Vodcast. We are in, can you believe it, season 2. And as far as I'm concerned, lucky number 13. You know why it's lucky? Because we have, first was a priest, a father, a reverend, a monsignor. He's kind of got a little bit of all that. We'll let him really talk about what he's got going on. He's also a doctor. Small town kid in the Bronx, done good, made himself a living. He's out there with the Warren Legacy Foundation. He's doing some stuff with Paracons, meet and greets, all that good shit. So let me just let you know that we are the champions here. There is no other historically haunted. I am the champion of historically haunted. Don't let any motherfucker take that name. Historically haunted is me. It's Historically Haunted Vodcast, Historically Haunted Paranormal. A lot of people using the historically name. A lot of people going with history now. I don't like that shit. I don't care if they're on a show or not. This is me. So remember that. I'm the champion. And I got someone to contest to that. Someone I've known for 3 or 4 years. When I was homeless, this cat helped me out. He got me, took me under his wing with the organization. And even though I've never met him, and he's off in California making some of the best food I've ever seen in my life, he's a good dude. Let me just bring this fucking cat on. What the fuck's going on? Here we go. Father Kenneth. Oh, okay, slight delay. We were having some malfunctions earlier, so possibly he's fixing that. He'll be back with us. No big deal. Let me just continue my rant. This is the heavy belt. This is the real deal Golden Eagle belt. The one the fucking Undertaker and Hogan had, and that's what I've been bequeathed. The historically haunted champion of historically haunted knowledge. And we are here. Let's try it again. Father Kenneth Torres. Father Ken Torres.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Can you hear me now?
Fucking sounds tons better, brother. Yeah.
I don't know. For some reason, none of my stuff was working. I have like 3 different headphones. Nothing was working. I'm like, oh my gosh.
That's why we go on 10 minutes early, because at first you were good, and then it sounded like you were fucking, I am here for your mother. I go, wow, not the right pen.
That's so weird, man. I don't know. I might have to do a software update on my computer or something.
No worries. That's we're getting the bugs out now, man. It's all good. Father Ken Torres. I'm going to call you Ken because that's what I call you. What is going on, Mr. Torres? How are you?
I am doing great, man. I am not complaining. Life has been good. Got a couple of projects I'm working on, a couple of events that I'm working on. So I'm good, man. I'm good.
Oh, let me get real quick to the comments. I didn't have the comments on, guys. Sorry. Oh, boy. Everybody, I had the fucking thing on. Everybody saying hi. We got a hi from fellow Warren Legacy member Nikki Ray. Saying what's
Nick,
up.
how you doing?
Jenna Perry, ghost bitch. Oh gosh,
Hey,
Mike Myers can get all horny. Last time she was on my show, she saw the Mike Myers mask get all horny on my show last time. She said she loves Mike Myers. I'm gonna hide it. We got Ingrid. Must be a friend of yours, possibly.
Yeah, Ingrid, how you doing? Thanks for supporting the live.
Appreciate it. Jean Tewksbury, she runs the International Cryptozoology Museum with Lauren Coleman. She's a big cat chaser, man. She looks for mountain lions and shit in Maine. And so thank you for checking in. You two guys are awesome. Jenna, bullshit. You're awesome.
Thanks. You're awesome, too. She's freaking amazing. Freaking her ability, her empathy. She is freaking awesome.
She is awesome. Oh, the Bears. Yes, I'm a Bears fan, John. I'm a big time. I actually got a tattoo. I met Brian Urlacher a couple years back. But anyway, so, man, Kenneth Torres, dude, I want to talk honestly about how I met you. Kind of just, I guess, maybe through Chris McKennell, I think, but I know just the up-and-coming paranormal man. I just kind of flew to you, and besides the fantastic food that you cook, drool, or that you just get off the food carts in California, you always have a positive message, man. You always have a little bit of humor, definitely, but you always stay positive, and man, you really climbed the ropes. Let's just talk about how far you've come in this whole life. Not even just life, man. Growing up in the Bronx, right?
Yeah. So I was born in New York, born in the Bronx, New York, raised in Jersey my whole life. And then I moved to the Midwest. You know, I was getting into some trouble as a kid, and my uncle was in the Army. He was stationed in Kansas, and I joined the Marine Corps out there. So I joined the Marine Corps in 2003. Did a couple of years, I got injured. I came back out, got medically retired, but, it was a lot of in between, a lot of uncertainty, dealing with a lot of trauma issues, substance abuse, alcohol abuse, traumatic events. And so for me, it was always about, trying to find my true calling. I grew up in church my whole life, Protestant mostly, Pentecostal and Baptist. And as I decided that I was going to start this journey and follow my calling, as I was going through seminary school, I took Catholic theology, and I became an independent Catholic priest because the Vatican doesn't allow people who are married. So yeah, I'm an independent Catholic priest. We are recognized by the Vatican, but we don't work for them. And
right.
it's just been a crazy journey. Going to school, I got my master's in pastoral counseling. I have a doctorate in divinity, and I'm currently working. Hopefully by next year, I'll be done with my THD, which is a doctorate in theology. So I'm going for my second doctorate. But life has been good. Regional member, a regional division. Well, actually, no, I'm an actual division director for the War and Legacy Foundation. So.
And this new thing you're doing, not to cut you off, but you're almost doing like a new Spanish type league thing where you're doing your fellow, you know what I mean, of the descent of Latinos and all that stuff, and you're kind of doing that for our, because for those of you who don't know, we're all around the world. We got people in New Zealand, for God's sake. So it's kind of neat to have, I guess, an ambassador, I guess you would say, for that.
Yeah, that's really what I am as the subdivision director of the Spanish division. I am in charge of, not so much in charge, but I have 24 members under me, Central America, Latin America, and Spain, and even we have Brazil and Portuguese. And so the idea was to highlight the Spanish team, because everyone knows about the Warren Files in English, but it would be great to get people to know the foundation members in Spanish in the cases that we work. And so there was a big market for people who didn't speak any English. And so we just decided to do the Warren Files live in Spanish. And we've done 2 so far. And so far, we've already got over 2,000 views on those 2 videos.
I actually tuned in. I mean, I couldn't, because I know we're on a Christmas thing and you were the interpreter. Every time Chris McKenna would say something, you'd have to interpret it. So for you guys to go on your own is kind of neat. It's not segregation, if anything. It's just it's understandable better. But I think it's great. Lila's in that. Lila, right?
Layla Harry, we have Monica Camacho, we've got the Vilares, we've got Enrique, we've got Alexander, we've got Father Christian, we've got Nico, we've got so many other members.
Wow.
That we've got about 20 members, and then within these members, we actually have Dr. Patricia. She is a pathologist in Uruguay, so we actually have a physical doctor as well.
You got a fan club, brother.
Spanish team. Hey, thanks, Ingrid. I appreciate it.
Ron Stokes checking in. You know Ron very well.
Rock on, my brother. Hey, we're cooking with grace, brother. We're cooking with grace.
Stacy Ross says, hey, Candle Witch, I had Rachel King on last week. I'm burning the skull she gave me. She got me the skull candle.
What's up, fam? How you doing, huh?
She's good shit. She does a lot of cool candle shit out of Connecticut area based. Cindy Elise says hello, and everybody. Jay Hill says hello from Studio 6 podcast to Adam.
Hey, what's going on, Jay? How you doing, man? Big fan of your work. I don't know if we're connected, but I've heard a lot of good things about you. I know you work with Adam quite a bit. Big fan, Jay. Big fan.
Yeah, Ken's good. Trust me, Ken's fucking someone you want on your side. Angela Johnson, I believe she runs stuff out of Rhode Island, if I remember right. So, yeah, man. What I want to talk. Oh, real quick, I want to say I did finish Nomar, my guest last week, Slevik. If you like UFOs, dude, fucking killer book.
This is what I'm reading right now. So I'm reading the Introduction to Science of Mental Health.
Whoa!
It's my father, Chad Rippenker. He's also a psychologist. He's an exorcist, and so I'm reading this too as part of my THD program. So I'm studying the immaterial side of mental illness and demonic possession and that type of stuff. Because I am an exorcist, which is, not something I wanted to, but I kind of got called into it. So
that was my next question, brother. Because a lot of people, as you know, there's a lot of people that just love to go have their cinnamon buns and their little candies and go ghost hunting. But you're the real deal, man. You go in where most people wouldn't. You go where most people would shit their pants, pardon my language. How do you do this, dude? You've seen shit that only people can not dream, but just nightmare about.
So, I have 2 recorded documented exorcisms that I've done. Only 2. Wow. Exorcisms, possessions are highly rare. And mostly what we deal with. So it's a multifaceted thing, because being part of the foundation, it allows us to network with other people. So like with Ron Stokes and like Father Matthew Rawcliffe, we're part of the Solomonic Order of St. Michael the Archangel. So we've kind of integrated, them being associated with that and being part of the foundation members. We actually have a network resource. So Father Matthew Rawcliffe, who's actually taking a leave of absence right now.
He was supposed to be on tonight. He never got me a picture.
Yeah, I am in charge of the order now. I am now the Vicar General. So he's on a leave of absence right now. So I am the one that's in charge. Deacon Ron Stokes, Mother Superior Talia. Wow. And so the way this happens is, elements, what does comprise, how does this affect
Alexis.
me and all that type of stuff. Exorcisms are rare, and I'm losing track because it's a lot that goes into it. You see people on TV, you see all these supernatural movies, and you think, okay, this is kind of cool to experience, but you are dealing with people who are actually dealing with either mental illness, severe trauma. They are afflicted. They are afflicted to the point where they're not eating, where they're being constantly tortured. They're constantly in a mental state of warfare and spiritual warfare. And I was called into the ministry. I was tapped into this ministry, and I do it because I have faith, and I do it because it needs to get done, not because it's cool or because, I like to, Here's the thing. Excuse the French, a lot of fucking priests, these clergy on Facebook that they'll put their hat on with glasses, do a black and white picture, and they'll be like, they'll be like Exorcist. I'm like, bro, you know what I mean? Nobody cares about that stuff. You know what I mean? Out there, you know what I mean? They try to fake.
It's Hollywood, Ken. You know that because we work with I love Nesper, and no, nothing against them, but they're more Hollywood. We're more for the people in a way. We're kind of cousins with them, but they're more the Annabelle movies, and we're more about just getting down to the truth. And you're the fucking front line.
That's what Lorraine wanted. The foundation was created in 2014 by Lorraine Warren and her grandson Chris McKinnell. The idea was for us to work with Nesper, but we've kind of gone our separate ways, and that's fine. Tony's in charge of the museum and Annabelle, and that's fine. We've got nothing to do with that. Our primary focus and our job is to educate the public, help people understand the different elements of paranormal phenomena, and mostly to minimize the fear. We go to places to help out the living and the dead. So we're not going to just go in and just get readings and that's it. Hey, guess what? You got a demon or you got a ghost and that's it. You're done. No, we're going to provide a solution for you. And we're going to be with you every step of the way. And we're going to give you the tools to empower yourself to understand what is going on.
Well, I think that's the difference, Ken. As much as I love Annabelle, she's under wraps. That case is fucking closed. We're dealing with the real life stuff. We're dealing with stuff where we don't have film cameras. Well, I shouldn't say we, because I'm not really you.
Yeah.
God, I remember a couple of years ago on Christmas, you were at the food kitchen in California. You were handing out food, and you weren't publicized. You did it on Facebook for a second. You said Happy Holidays.
Yeah.
But you weren't all bragging about it, and you don't talk about that ever. But I remember that, dude. You don't do shit,
I try to keep my private life private. You know what I mean?
Except for your cooking. You don't mind sharing that shit.
My cooking. I just got to a point where, look, damn it, I've spent so much time in the field. You know what I mean? So I've been a paranormal investigator for over 15 years, but I've only been out of the closet, so to speak, for like the past 4 years. I've helped people privately, on my own. Well, what the foundation has given me is a tool to be able to touch more people. And so I was like, look, I actually have some legitimate degrees. I've got some legitimate background, and I'm going to go ahead and just talk about, what I think and what I feel. So all of my posts that you see, it's meant to inspire people, and it's meant to give people an understanding of the type of work that we do. But you'll never see me post videos of me going into a place and say, all right, we are dealing with a demonic level 1000 infestation with the Air Gensai warrior from Dungeons and Dragons. What do we do? We don't do that stuff. We don't do that. You know what I mean? No. We don't do that.
He does get a sense of humor, guys. He's funny as shit. But when it comes to this field, he's serious about what he is. He's serious about being a doctor, about being a Monsignor, about being a father. You have your joking side, dude. You're only human, but you're very serious.
You have to be. Humor for me is one of my, I think one of my best attributes.
You're funny as hell.
I try to make people laugh. You know what I mean? I try to make people laugh. I try to lighten the situation, but I do that also as a way to kind of gauge where they're at. So when I'm going to a place and I'm dealing with the client, I'm kind of looking at their stress level. I'm checking their eye movement. I'm looking at their palpitation. I'm looking at the throat. I'm looking the direction of their eyes. I'm looking at their breathing, if they're sweating. Basic traits of behavioral detection that I learned working for the government as a counterterrorism operator.
In the Marines, yeah?
Yeah, in the Marines. And, because I spent some time in the Marines, but I also did some time with counterterrorism. So I worked with DHS. So I've done some stuff, federal contractor. So I have a pretty good scope of understanding when it comes to reading people's behavior. I can tell when you're being deceptive sometimes, but that's just all case by case scenario.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's
I don't say too much. I mean, because nobody really needs to know.
No, I mean, even the Bronx, dude, it wasn't a cakewalk. I'm sure growing up East Coast hardcore, but you really,
Yeah.
You know, you could have went the other way. You could have been one of the best evil minds there is, but you chose the good side.
Yeah, there's enough evil out in this world, man.
Amen.
There's enough evil out in this world. It's our job to be light and guiding and a guide. It's like I tell people, I don't care who you are. I don't care what you believe in. I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to love you. There's over 3,000 religions in the world, and your truth is subjective to you. But this is what works for me.
And that's what we do in the War and Legacy. It's, if you look at the symbol, it's pretty much, it's a lot of religious symbols. Yeah. We don't hold back for anything. I posted a picture of me at the Satanic Temple, and you know all about Beelzebub because it's just part of religion. I mean, love it or hate it, you know it. And I think, that's a wild thing. Hey guys, fascinating background. If you guys have any questions for Ken, he is a down to earth dude. I know he's got a lot of handles, but he'll ask if you guys have got a question. Rachel, go ahead. Ken's a pretty good dude. I
appreciate that, Ingrid.
Ingrid's awesome. Ingrid, yes, you're right. We do. I keep thinking of more questions for you guys. Oh, well, Nikki, you've had Ken on your show 14 times. How many questions you got left?
Right, I'm going to be on her show again in a few weeks.
There you go. Save it for your show. No, just kidding. You can ask away. Yes, Alexis Erin also made me some candles. She's a good chick.
Awesome. I love candles. I love candles.
Send Ken. Do you mind if some of these people send you requests, or can they find you on
Facebook? Send me a request. I'm a down to earth guy. Here's the truth. So, like, I do my ministry during the day and I help people out, but at night, I am. Once 7 p.m. comes around, unless I'm on chaplaincy calls, because sometimes I'll give myself chaplaincy hours. I'll be on call from chaplaincy 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. But between 30 p.m. and 11 p.m., I have my own personal time. I'm playing Call of Duty online. That's my therapy.
What's your favorite one?
So Modern Warfare right now. So I'm playing Warfare right now. And I'm just, I like Outbreak Zombies was good, but that's my therapy. I'm part of a military gaming league. A lot of veterans, we get together and we just play video games.
Oh, you must have headshots all fucking day. You must.
Yeah, then my wife, she's a gamer too on Twitch, and so we stream. That's my therapy, man.
Oh, well, let's pump some of that. Do you have handles people can follow you and shit on Twitch?
Twitch.
So do you want to share them?
I have Twitch, but I don't really use it. I'm more on Instagram and on Facebook. You know what I mean? But
I don't know.
Yeah.
Let people know. Where can they follow? What's the name? Just Ken Torres, Father Ken?
Yeah. So like right here, I'm going to go ahead and just share my profile. We'll put it in the private chat, so that way you can share. Because I don't think that I can comment. So I'll share this in a private chat, and then let's see. Well, let me actually go on, because right now, I can't really do, but yeah, if you don't mind, doing me a favor and just
okay, check this out. Tell a joke or something, please. Keep the kids occupied. I'm gonna share a video.
Tell a joke. I don't have any jokes, man. The truth is, like, I can't really come up with any jokes. Oh, you good?
Search. So you got to tell them something.
Boom, boom.
There we go.
There we go. You good?
Hold on. Can you see it?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So let me actually go to the chat real quick. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, so that's me right there. You can just go ahead and add me. I'm just trying to.
Right? Can you see your page?
I can see my page. Let me go to.
You can. Okay. I'm used to the share screen thing.
Yeah, let me go to the historically haunted. Let's see.
So right here, guys, the Warren Legacy Foundation for Paranormal Research. It's the group that me, him, and Nicole and a bunch of people are in. Is like 225,000. You'll find a lot of the base of the stuff there, but then it'll trickle down to his personal info.
Yeah,
I don't know what that's all about. Oh, Killer! That's a cool game. Look at that.
Yeah.
All right. So all right, we got the comments. There we go. Why did the ghost stay at the bar? Oh, hold on. Nicole's got one. Why did the ghost stay at the bar? Where are all the booze?
We're here for the booze.
That's pretty good, Nicole. Ken, will you be attending the Warren's Paracon this year? I'd love to meet you. Rachel Ching.
So that is an interesting question.
Hey, Jim.
Not to get too personal, but we're probably not welcome there. It's some family issues between Tony Spera and Chris McKinnell. My agent is trying to get us there, but we will see. We are not.
I have no problem.
Yeah, like I would love to go, but
I
I'm
feel like
actually,
I'm the bridge between them. I went to the first one. Tony's like, Adam Beacon. I go, fucking Tony knows my name. So I
yeah.
went and got a selfie with Annabelle again, and I'm sitting there, and I was legit. I remember with Chris.
Well, I'm actually gonna be in Dark Waters Paracon in upstate New York, in Plattsburgh,
Oh,
New York.
Frankie Funk.
Yeah, so
I
I'm
will
gonna
go
be
meet
there
you and give
from
you a hug.
October 3rd to the 5th. So Dark
When?
Waters Paracon in
What?
upstate New York in Plattsburgh. It's October 3rd to the
What
5th.
day? Oh,
It's
October.
October 3rd to the 5th. Yeah, so
I
that'll be
gotta.
my
All
second
right.
year there. And
I
then
gotta get up there and meet your ass.
yeah, then I'm going to be at the USS Salem July 1st, doing a charitable event for veterans with Larissa Rex. We're going to be working with the homeless Americans, well, the National Association of Disabled Veterans, and
ACL.
all of the proceeds are going to go to the homeless veterans. I'm going to be doing the Tinsdale House in the Shanley Hotel, or the Shanley Sanatorium. Hey, Aurora, how you
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah, Aurora. Yes, the Shanley Hotel that and Danny Klaus runs the Hinsdale House in up New York. I haven't been to those. I've been to the USS Salem twice in Quincy.
Yeah,
You're gonna
I'll
have
be up
fun.
there.
I gotta check you out. If I can't see you in New York, I'll go there and stalk you.
That's
I
fine.
want a bear hug.
Well, yeah, no doubt. I mean, that's what it's all about. And so, my agent is like Ray Savino. He does Flumery promotions, and so the idea is to get out there and do some events. Most of the events that I do are lecturing. I teach and I educate. Dangers of paranormal, paranormal 101, how to protect yourself, that type of stuff. So,
So if someone wants to get hold of you, they're gonna get a hold of Ray Savini basically through.
I mean,
Or
if you want, if you want to book me for an event or whatever, you can contact me. That's not a problem.
oh, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, I'll just let Ray know, and
Yep,
we'll work out the details. But my whole thing is about lecturing. It's about educating the public. But other than that, I'm just a down to earth guy. I don't. My thing is like, okay,
you are.
I've already said what I needed to say in the past, and I tell people, look, I'm just here to have a good time and relax. Like shows like these, it's fun. It's relaxing. It's a lighthearted side of the work that we do. So
You've been my guest a couple of times. Of course, you had your own show on the Paranormal King Radio Network. I don't know
yeah,
if Ross is watching. I know his
yeah,
mom died before Christmas. I
yeah,
ain't heard from the guy since.
yeah.
Me and Heather gave him.
I heard from him a few weeks ago,
Oh,
but
did
whatever.
you?
Yeah,
We sent him a Christmas card and shit, and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I know what it's like. So, but yeah, man, you were on there, and who knows what the future holds. But right now, you're doing the own thing with the Warrens. You kind of go on with the Spanish people and do the Spanish talk. If you guys know anything about like Spanish, and you want to jump in the Warren Legacy Foundation page, you can just go. Podcast jumps on. You can just jump on and listen. You don't have to be a member to listen. We are hiring you though. If
We
you're
do
pure.
it every second. So, like, we have another Warren Files Live in English coming up next week, I believe, and we're going to be talking about leaving your ego at the door. Check your ego at the door. So what's that mean? Basically just getting rid of all preconceived notions and starting from the basics when it comes to helping out the clients. But yeah, for me, it's all about, it's about community. Like paranormal unity for me, in a nutshell, I don't really buy into it. I don't. Because just because you can do something doesn't mean you should be doing it. Like there's certain
Right,
select groups of individuals that I'm
Rachel.
friends with, and I'll work with them. The whole concept of like the paranormal unity. The problem is with that is that you have a lot of people that are doing this thing for the wrong reason, or they're just like disrespectful towards spirits, and it's more of a monetary gain thing for them. And
Yeah.
that's fine, whatever. Not judging, but you're not safe. And if you're not safe, you're putting other people at risk. And then if you're putting other people at risk, then that is a recipe for disaster.
Yeah. I agree because once again, I'm sorry, and I know people are gonna go fuck Adam, but fuck Zach Bagans, fuck all these Hollywood people that think it's cool to go and go, come on out, I dare you. These were souls, dude. These were lost souls that don't want to be talked to like a piece of shit by some
No,
dude with aviators and 50 pounds of cologne on. So have some respect, I think. Go in it. You're not going to
yeah,
go into a homeless camp and yell, hey, bum, get over here and get your meal. You're going to talk to them normal, right? So what's the
yeah.
difference with the ghost? So I think you're going to have a little bit of compassion.
You got to have compassion, man, because they were human spirits. They're people just like us, and you've got to be able to
Exactly.
relate to them. They're tired of the same thing over and over and over again. And here's my thing, you know,
Hey,
I
George.
know several people who have been, on several TV shows. Some of them are really, really cool. Like I really like Eric Vitale. Like Eric is cool. but I know other people.
He's from Nespers, yeah, or where he
Yeah,
used to be, or whatever. Yep.
but there are other people that I'm friends with that I don't say anything, but it's like just because they've been on TV, they think they're so much better than you. Look, just because you've been on a television show and you have a haunted object, it doesn't make you an expert in this field. You know what I mean? And so when I
know.
people like, oh, well,
Especially when you're on the show going, I don't even believe in ghosts, and this
Yeah.
happened. I go, you're a fucking liar. You
No.
say you've been ghost hunting for 30 years, but you don't believe in ghosts because it was a show.
Yeah.
You're a fucking liar.
Well, my favorite thing is like, oh yeah, my gosh, people are so mad at me because I'm on my own TV show. I can't even get the support because you're a douchebag. That's what it is. Because you're a douchebag. Because you have no reason being on TV. Because
or people that hang their hat on one episode, dude.
Yeah, or
keep going, man.
Because as soon as shit hits the fan, you're the first one to run out the door. Just because you have a haunted object, and just because you've done some,
or you own a haunted house.
Yeah, doesn't
Look at
mean
the Conjuring guys. No offense to them, I really don't care. But they bought the house. They were all king shits on every talk show.
Yeah.
They sold the house. You don't hear nothing anymore. They're nobodies.
And my favorite one is when you have people.
Sorry,
when you have people. My favorite thing is when you have people that are douchebags, especially in the paranormal field, that have been on a certain episode of whatever show, and they've been proven to lie and falsify the evidence, and they're on here trying to give you this paranormal advice and unity. I'm like, bro, miss me with that stuff, ma'am. Miss me with that stuff. It's all fake, man. It's all fake.
Like Heather said, you know what's funny? I know a couple of people, I'm not going to name drop people because I'm not the type of dude, but I'm sure there's people I know that and vice versa that leave their wives at home and go fuck these sluts on vacations. And then they leave their kids at home for weeks and months and go on these things and take TikTok videos. And then they come home and, it's bullshit, dude. They're false idols, man.
Check your private message. Check your private message. I have an idea.
Well, close. Yeah, that's one of them. Oh God, is this just you and me that can see this?
Yeah, no one can see this. It's just private.
This is fun.
Oh yeah. And then another one too. We won't name drop, but
I just sent you another one.
Yeah.
And that's no joke. I know this cat really good, and I know if I literally want to be a dick, dude, I could fucking spoil some shit. But I don't want that on my karma. Let them figure it out because I'm busy doing me, man. Like with you, man. We're part of the legacy. I do my shit. I do my movie hunting. I'm just alone in Maine. I go to movie filming sites. I don't really go to ghost sites. I do.
Well, but look how far you've come, dude. You've grown such a following. Look, from the very first day, man. Your energy drew me to you, man. Like we've created a bond. Dude,
when I was homeless, you sent me money when no one else did. I'll never forget that.
Well, I mean, it's love, man. It's love and support for one another. This human
experience for you, brother.
This human experience, that used to be my poison, Jägermeister.
Yeah, oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, look, I happen to get it because I know you're from there.
Yeah, there we go, New York. How you doing, baby?
This is you, brother.
But the whole thing is, man,
negative 48 here in me. So I sent you a text message this morning at my time, 8 o'clock, your time, probably 4:30.
Yeah.
And I'm like, cold. You're like, I'm going back to bed. Burr.
I'm going back to bed. It's 4 o'clock in the morning.
I got your personal phone number, man. I can't say that about a lot of people.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's cool. But this personal experience, this human experience that we call life, we need to go through it together. And unfortunately, there's good times and there's bad times, but I just can't stand, crappy people. And I try
your wife, I'm sorry, not your girlfriend. Your wife must be a big support, your family, right? Because you must have your down days where you're like, fuck this. And they keep it going, right? I mean, you're only human, Ken. I know I'm not trying to
I don't wear this collar all the time, you know what I mean? I have certain hours, I set boundaries, I do certain things. But for me, the collar is in my heart. You know what I mean? I don't always need to wear this and show love, show the love of Christ, like I know who I am. I stand for my beliefs and I let my work and my character speak for itself. Like I'm not out here to try to impress anybody. Look, I've got famous people that I'm friends with, even famous clergy that I'm friends with that try to keep an eye on me and ask my validity. I'm like, look, look, we're friends. That's cool. I respect you. But mind your business. You know what I mean? I'm here to do my thing.
Well,
I have a lot of Facebook clergy that are famous that, kind of stay away from me. And it's because I call them out on their crap. You know what I mean? That's what it is. I call them out. I tell the truth because I grew up Pentecostal and Baptist. So I know both ends. I know scripture. I know theology. And so there's certain things that we agree with and certain things that we don't. And that's fine. But when you start, hurting other people because of a belief system, that's the problem that I have.
And like you said, you respect our religions, and you yourself, you said you're not necessarily right into the Catholic religion. You're spiritual, but you don't have the foundations of you're not like a super condemner and stuff. You don't hate gays or whatever.
No, like I participate in the sacraments. I love the Eucharist. I love Catholic theology. I think Catholic theology is the correct theology.
I think you take a little bit of it all. You're one of the most well-rounded spiritual people I've ever met.
Yeah, I think 2,000-year-old church tradition will always out-trump, the newer Protestant system. But I also believe that the Protestant Reformation, the Protestant movement, was a good thing as well. I believe that we're still all part of the body of Christ. Although we have different thoughts and different ideas, and my whole thing is as long as you're preaching love, compassion, and mercy, and you're not judging other people, that's the most important thing to me. I'm not going to be mad because you have a different idea, different thought process. I mean, we're all individuals. Come on now.
I tell you, man, for those of you that don't know, you guys got to follow Ken Torres, Father Ken, Doctor. Okay, yeah. Dr. Ken. One of the most down to earth. I mean, you literally could tell this guy you murdered someone, and he wouldn't. I think, Ken, you would sit down and you'd want to know why you wouldn't condemn.
I would say, you know what I would say? It's a matter of confession.
I mean, I'm not saying you're not a bad dude. If someone tried to hurt you or your wife, I'm sure you'd fucking.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
but I mean,
just look, I'm human. You know what I mean? Yep. And just because we're followers of the faith doesn't mean that we have to lay down like sheep and be slaughtered to the lamb.
Don't take my kindness for weakness.
No, yeah, don't do that. I mean, the truth is, the truth is that I've been taught to do bad things to bad people. And that's not a great thing to say in public, but I will always protect my family. I will always protect my friends. I will always protect my flock and my sheep. I will lay down my life for the people that I love.
The familia. Yeah. I mean, you grew up in Bronx, bro. You can't take the Bronx out of the can, man.
No. So the funny thing is, I was born in the Bronx, right? In New York. Ooh. My family lived in Manhattan, the Lower East Side, but I was raised in Jersey, Paterson, New Jersey.
Ooh, that's almost worse.
I grew up in the hood. John F. Kennedy High School, Lean on Me, the East Side High School story, with Joe Clark.
Yeah. No shit. And now you're in SoCal.
No, I'm in NorCal. I'm by San Francisco.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really? What did I think you were by San Diego for?
No, well, because I used to be stationed in San Diego when I was in the Marine Corps.
Oh, I see you post a lot about it then. And that's good. I don't tell people where I am. I tell them I'm in a different town. They don't need to no one needs to know where you really live. Fuck that.
I don't care. I tell people where I live. I live in Vallejo, California. If you want to come check out, come to the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's always like a good intentions. I live in I hate to say it. It is a cool name too, but I live by Brownville, Maine, which is like the center railroad hub of Maine. I live at the base of the start of Appalachian Trail, my brother.
Yeah.
The Trail of Tears. Father Ken is also my girl Heather Witchen. She loves you to death.
I love Heather. She is so awesome. She is like a big sister to me. We don't talk that much because you guys, and I admire what you guys do. And that's one thing that I've learned too is like,
what's that?
I try not to be on social media as much as I used to. I'll come on here and I'll post what I need to, and I'll just step away because I don't want to get consumed by social media. I'm just working on my individual projects. But I do want to answer her question. Father Ken.
Oh, yes.
How do you handle having to give up on a person who makes it more harmful for you to keep helping if you want to keep trying? The truth is,
good question, Heather.
That's a really good question. And for me, it's more about fine-tuning my senses, asking God, the Holy Spirit, the Creator, to guide me in a way to where I can be helpful to this person. My whole thing is I'm going to try to give you the resources that you need to get better, but I'm not going to be that crutch. So there is a difference between people being a crutch. They want to use you as a crutch, right? And it's like, no, I'm here to give you the tools that you need, and this is what you can do, and I'll advise you. But if you don't want the help and I see it, then guess what? I'm just going to walk away. As much as it pains me, I'll do what I can. I'll do the very best that I can. I'll do 1,000% with the best intentions. But if you're not making any effort and you're not wanting to change, then I'm like, you know what? I've given you the tools that you've needed to succeed. You don't want the help. I'm sorry, I can't help you. I'm not going to waste my energy because there are other people out there who need this help the same way you do, but actually will listen.
that will take you know who else said the same quote, I believe, was what's his name, maybe you've heard of him, Jesus Christ, I think, said
pretty
that.
much.
He gives you the tools to help yourself, but you got to be willing. If you're going to sit there and keep doing that drug, keep cheating on your wife, keep molesting that kid, you know, how many fucking chances do you want? So if you want help, sure, everybody fucks up, we get it, man, no one's perfect, I'm not going to condemn you, but you're pulling this Hitler shit where 20 strikes you're out doesn't happen. So
yeah, you know, and the fact is, like, that's narcissistic behavior, you know, and there's people that are just they're gluttons for pain, and there's certain people that, as much as you try to help them out, the cognitive side of them doesn't really understand, and so that cognitive side is, you know, is firing back in a response that's emotional, and that's not logical. It's an illogical response. So if you can get past that mindset and help them understand that this is a reasonable and logical response, then maybe, you know, we can make foot and proceed further. But everyone's
I
different.
think it's almost an emotionally based response at that point, for as far as they go. Look, Alexis agrees with you. Thanks for keep watching, Alexis Erin.
Appreciate it.
For a young girl with two little kids, she's so fucking smart. Makes her own incense, makes her own candles. You got to hook up with Ken. We all do some sort of Maine. I have some sort of little. I'm not gonna say much, but I have something in Maine where I'm putting together, and I'm thinking by the end of fall I may have a Paracon book.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna say nothing, but you know what? Fuck it. It's it's in an old factory, and Stephen King shot a movie there. And it's also one of the oldest factories in America, and it's had many deaths attributed with it. It's kind of middle of nowhere, but if people want
Silver? Was it the movie Silver? Was it the movie Silver?
Graveyard Shift.
Graveyard. Okay.
Where the rats eat the kid, and at the end the big bat comes out.
Yeah.
I've been talking to them. They're all about me, man. Shout out to them.
I love that, Jim Brown. The good Lord helps those who help themselves. True.
Jim Brown's good people. You're right, Jim. Jim Stone Paranormal swimming again. The pressure's fucking cold, dude. It's negative 18 right now. What is it where you are, Ken? I gotta ask real quick.
Right now, my temperature right now, it's 59 degrees. I live in the Bay Area, so it gets pretty cold. I live right by the water, so it's 59 degrees.
All right, check it out. 18. And it says feels like negative 45 with the wind chill.
Yeah, screw that noise, man. It's 59 degrees right now. I have a cold suit. I can go bodyboarding and surfing.
Oh my god, my balls are fucking frozen to the stuck to the seat. I gotta get a spatula like in Joe Dirt.
You know what we call that? You're sitting in testicle soup.
Oh my goodness gracious Christ. And I'm a soup fan too, but don't make me get nasty on that shit. Stacy Ross, another fellow man, is probably freezing herself off. Look, she's a girl, she ain't got them. Her question for you, Father Ken, if someone has is given a spirit permission to be there, and now the family's under attack very badly, are they the only ones that can get rid of it? That sounds like some sort of movie plot.
So my question is, if someone has given a spirit permission to be there and now the family is under attack bad, are they? So it's all about intention. If there is a spirit there, so let's go back to, for example, cursed objects. Let's say, for example, I have this little doohickey here, right? And I bought this one, and it's a cell phone holder. The way it kind of works, let's talk about like curses. It's kind of like a curse situation, right? It goes back to all of the original intent. You know, the original intent. So, for example, when you have a cursed item, someone can put their intent in that place. And if you pick up this object, you want to make sure that whatever you have, you put your intent in there as well, because that original intent is there. So when we're dealing with the family that potentially has had permission from the previous owners to be there, now it's up to the family to set the boundaries, and it's up to them to set the intent. And yes, I believe that they can get rid of the spirit, but if they're not well equipped to do it, contact us or contact someone who can get rid of that spirit. You know, most
you already do a lot of that.
Yeah, most of the time, you know, human spirits can be jerks because they have free will. So human spirits are a lot harder to get rid of than negative demonic spirits, so to speak, because technically we have authority over them. So when it comes to, you know, that type of stuff, it all depends if it's a human spirit or a negative spirit. But with the power of intention, prayer, and getting the right resources, you can get rid of that negative energy. You always can. Absolutely, you can.
But I mean, real quick before we get to the chat, that brings it to a question. I mean, I think maybe not 9 out of 10. I mean, and also your opinion, I'd say probably 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 times, you're probably picking up someone else's mess. Someone opened up a door. Someone was silly and something, and just now you got to go take care of that. Is that
Yeah,
sound
you
about
get
right?
sometimes you'll have a lot of residual energy that's left over, and sometimes, look at the Amityville haunting. Why is it that some families reported things happening and then some other families haven't been affected? I think it's about how you ground yourself, how in tune you are, and how susceptible you are to that spirit world. Now, if you protect yourself and if you ground yourself, I think you can easily combat these forces. There's always, I believe that light will always prevail over darkness.
Damn right, my friend. You know what's funny? Me and Heather watched a documentary where people were saying that Ed and Lorraine were part of a spoof that it didn't really happen. They were part of the Hollywood thing.
Yeah.
And then I heard a thing where like Ronnie DeFeo didn't do it. The Mafia did it because
Ronnie I saw that. It was on Tubi. I saw that. It was on Tubi.
Yeah. It said like the Mafia killed the father of the family because they owed money. It wasn't even the kid. They framed him for it. And the one that died in jail didn't even kill it. Or some shit like that. Real quick, what is she? There's a question. Let me see. I gotta catch up on chat. That's what am I drinking? C.L. Thomas is a fellow author. I actually read her book. I have it here somewhere. She wrote a book. It's based on the voodoo and like the bayou. I don't know if you've ever been to New Orleans. It talks about like
I love New Orleans. I want to buy a property out there.
Really?
Yeah. So voodoo, I kind of like that. So I actually have a couple of books because my family's Puerto Rican.
Yes.
So I grew up a lot around Santeria. So I know quite a bit about the Afro-Caribbean practices a little bit. So.
Santeria, that's funny. That's not just a good Sublime song. It's a real deal. Because I know Dan Rivera from Nesper knows a lot about Santeria. I actually had him on my show. We talked about that last year. And then I remember you mentioned that. And that's kind of, it's not voodoo practice, but in the way it's almost like witch doctor voodoo. It's kind of different.
Yeah, you're calling on the different orishas. You're using bones. You're using different colors. I mean, there's a lot of symbolism behind it. You're doing animal sacrifices, a lot of powerful intention in it. And I don't believe any of that stuff to be negative or bad. I think it's all about the intention. Stacy, you're welcome. Yeah. Sorry if you need some help, Stacy, just go ahead and feel free to private message me and we can talk about your friend.
Yeah. If you get nervous, Stacy, message me. He's a friend of mine. You're a fellow main chick.
Yeah.
I can apply it for you. You've been following me for a while. You're the real deal. I mean, also, you don't know what your friend's going through, but Ken, reach out to Ken. He knows people. So thank you so much. And sorry about your friend, CL.
Yes. So I actually do have my website, fatherkendoctor.com, and I do spiritual therapy. I actually do angelic healing, where I use a bell and I use a sort of Saint Michael, and I do that to cut through the veil, the negative energy. So I work with Saint Michael, the Archangel, Raphael. So I do angelic healing,
the real ones.
Angelic healing. That's one of my therapies that I do.
She says, also, what is your advice to someone if they believe they are being attacked? I guess a lot of it could, like you say, I'm not going to answer for you, but obviously it could be mental issues. But go ahead. What do you think?
Well, what is your advice for someone if they believe they're being attacked? First of all, just empathize with them because they're processing trauma and grief a different way. That's a traumatic event for someone who feels like they're being under attack. I would say look for the normal answers first. And if you cannot find the normal answers, then there's probably a supernatural issue. And then in that case, you reach out to a local clergyman, you reach out to a psychic medium, a witch doctor, whatever it is that you believe in, to help get rid of that stuff. You always want to make sure that your mental health is checked first. You want to
drugs and alcohol.
Drugs and alcohol. Just because you're on drugs and alcohol, it doesn't negate the activity that's happening. It can intensify it, but also with drugs and alcohol, it can make you more in tune and adept to receive more of that vibrational waves of the supernatural world.
I tell you, I kind of got not kicked out, but I got a warning. I was at St. Albans Sanatorium in Radford, Virginia with Eric Knapp and Stephanie Hutnick and Savannah. And they smelled weed on me because I went in there with Reverend J, Jared Scarvioni. He's in Massachusetts. He's in Rhode Island now, or Florida. But they go, you smell like weed. I go, it helped me calm down so I can feel vibrations. I don't sit there with a bong and fucking rip it. As you see here, I take a couple tokes. It helps my ADHD to sink in. And I know people go, well, that's not right. Blah, blah, blah. Your evidence don't count. And that's fine. I'm not doing my evidence to show fucking Paraflix or fuck. No one signed me. No one's paying me. I could give a fuck. So I'm doing it for me. And if it makes me feel better, and you've always accepted me for me. And that's a big shout out, man, because you don't have to. You're a good person, man. You accept people for who they are, dude. And that's why Heather loves you. That's why 90% of the people listening are chicks, because they think you're hot and they know you're smart and you're a sexy beast.
Who? Because I don't.
Now your wife's listening, so
I definitely don't feel that. I mean, that's fine. I appreciate the compliment.
well, you're a good dude. And that I don't mean you're hot, but like your love shines through and you're fucking pure, dude. You're real. That's why your wife loves you.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your wife a little bit. You don't have to bring her on. She can come on if she wants.
She's actually at work right now, but my
oh.
wife is Filipino. She does not like the paranormal. She wants nothing to do with it.
I would say she's not really into it. No, huh?
Nope.
But she respects it.
She respects it. You know, she wanted
That's all you can ask for.
Yeah, that's all. You know, she understands that this work is important, that it needs to be done, and I'm not doing it for shits and giggles. I'm doing it because people are really hurting and they need help.
Well, that's what I guess fellow Warren Legacy member Nikki Ray, she got a new podcast out too with the Studio 6 Paranormal podcast with Jay Hill. She's got a question. How do you tell if a case is legit or not? I guess that's kind of like you say, you just go through questions.
Process of elimination. Elimination. You always want to rule out the natural first. Look, our emotional, you know, so as an investigators, and I've been guilty of it too. You know, we hear a case come by and somebody's like, oh, this is happening. Like, oh, cool. We got a real case. Things flying across the wall, things levitating, sulfuric smell, demonic possession. That's the human side of us. That's the human reaction. But when you sit back and think about the logical reaction, like that's not an appropriate response. We still have to go through a process of elimination. Always rule out the natural first. I don't care what anybody says. Now, if you're on video and if you're interviewing the client and they start levitating, talking in tongues, their eyes turn black, they're walking up the wall backwards, they're speaking Aramaic and Hebrew, and chances are you don't need a process of elimination. Now it's already too late. Now you have to find out the origin point, the entry point, and what you can do to liberate the afflicted, or have that person understand that, hey, we got a really big problem. You weren't just you a few minutes ago. You were just talking like 5 different languages, dead languages. You might be possessed, bro.
Dude, Chris McKennell, Ed and Lorraine Warren's only grandson that I know of. I know they got a granddaughter, but not a great. I'm friends with Heather, his sister, but Chris he pretty much runs a foundation for Lorraine now, and he thinks very highly of you. Very good. I've actually get to meet him, which is cool. But you're right in the front line. You, of course, Joe Frank is right up there. And of course, Aurora used to be a member, but you're right up there, respected. Speaking of Aurora, I should get a question for you. Someone tried to attack her during a Voteron spirit. How do you protect against something foreign like that? It was a sneak attack passed through a friend, possibly.
Well, I mean, the very first thing is like, I'm sorry that you've gone through that, and magic can be unformidable, but as long as you have positive light and you're grounded and you protect yourself and you set your boundaries, you can. I mean, I would say contact a person who specializes in voodoo and those Afro-Caribbean arts, because those are powerful forms of art, of magical arts. And so I can't sit here and tell you, you can pray, read the Bible, do that, all that, beautiful stuff. But sometimes you're going to have to go back to a person who understands these magical arts in a much more profound way, a person who's living it, contact a practitioner and see if you can do a binding spell. But it's always grounding and protecting yourself. And that's the unfortunate part, is when you're psychic, you're a medium, and you're involved with the paranormal realm, you're always prone to these spiritual attacks, physically and mentally. That's why it's always important to try to ground yourself. But, as human beings, sometimes we do let our guards down, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's through those moments that our guard is down that these influences can attack us and harm us.
They feast on. I gotta turn my fucking heat on. It's freezing. Go ahead. It's right here, so be quick.
It's all good. It's all good. Thanks, Heather. My wife does kick amazing.
Oh, I can almost see my breath in this fucking room. Wow. You're moving up north probably wasn't the best bet, man. When you get past fucking middle Maine, it's like
yeah.
So yeah, man, you do a lot of this for good, man. You really don't do a lot of this for your own self, even though you're starting to do more paracons, you're starting to get more known for that stuff, the podcast.
Yeah.
But you're really just trying to broaden your outreach, broaden with the Warren Legacy Foundation.
Well, my message, what I try to convey is, look, I am a disabled veteran. I have traumatic brain injury. I have concussion injuries. I'm definitely not a Dr. Jordan Peterson. I don't speak as eloquently as he does. And I'm definitely, I have a face for radio, but I just want to empower people to let them know that, you're not alone, and I'm here for you. And in the face of adversity, you can become something. We all have a story. We've all gone through a lot.
Yeah.
But let us not be a victim of our circumstance, and let's take that as an opportunity to grow and help other people. And so I come here as a humble person, letting people know you can be disabled, you can have all these traumatic injuries, you can be hurt, but there's a lot of good that comes out of it because you can relate to other people. You can be an example to other people. You can help people understand that, guess what? There really is a light at the end of the tunnel. And no matter how hopeless you feel, there is always going to be hope.
I can attest to that. Not to turn the spotlight on me, man. I'm almost going to cry because you kind of told me the same shit.
Yeah.
When I was living in an RV and back in the fucking flea market in Maine, when me and Heather were broken up and I was out back there after months of just living alone and door dashing to make Pop-Tart money, to not fucking slit my throat, man, was you don't think that was the easy way out, living there and not having a bath? I literally didn't have power. And when the flea market shut down, I didn't have Wi-Fi. So I'd sit there and I just read books, did nothing, slept, smoked weed, and I did shit, dude. And I contemplated suicide. But then I talked to people like you. Ross gave me a radio show. And now it's not a lot, but I own my own trailer, man.
It's a lot, man. It's a lot. It's a lot because you've been blessed. You have another day of life. You have breath. You have people that love you. You're surrounded. Look, we're all going to go through our shit. Excuse the French. We are going to go.
That really hit me what you said. That's all.
we are all going to go through something, man. But you are loved, man. You are listened to. You are heard.
Dude, you liked me when no one cared. I didn't have a show. I didn't even know Ross yet. I didn't have a podcast. I didn't have a YouTube channel. I didn't go Adam the Historian. I wasn't looking at Stephen King. I was a fucking nobody. And you had time for me, man.
But the problem is, Adam, you were never a nobody. You were always a somebody. And I saw that in you. Maybe you didn't feel like that, but I saw it in you, and so did everyone else.
You've always been there, man.
Everyone here is somebody, man. And if you're dealing with mental health issues, if you're dealing with depression, if you're dealing with anxiety, just know that it's okay to experience these emotions. What's not okay is not talking about them. Reach out to someone. I do pastoral counseling. I do spiritual counseling. And my whole thing is just like love, light, compassion, mercy, hope. That is the important thing. My brother, you are somebody.
People are loving that.
And there's
good to have good feelings.
There's nowhere in my life I can live 10 times. I can live 10 lifetimes. And a world without Adam Began in it is an empty world.
Don't make me cry on fucking camera, dude.
It's the truth, man. It's the truth.
Every time I look and I go, where's Ken? Because you are off for a while. And I'm like, is he mad at me? And then all of a sudden, pow, couple of hearts, couple of likes, a stupid gif. I go, there's Ken. So you're back on Facebook, man. And I get it. You're a busy dude. I don't expect you up my ass, but I can always count on you. When I don't feel good, I get a text. How you doing? I go, fuck, do you know I don't feel well? Do you know I want to slip my wrist right now?
Well, no, it's funny because there's sometimes and I call it divine intervention because sometimes like the other day I was laying in bed and I woke up and I go, fuck, excuse the French, how's Adam? And I sent you a message. You know what I mean?
You did.
That's the whole thing.
Look at that. He needs to come back. Yeah, Linda, I know we got about 15 minutes left. We can go over.
Yeah.
Linda Bernier's great. John Bernier's they're in Washington. They're right above you.
Nice.
Seattle area.
Nice.
Yeah,
I like
John,
Seattle.
her husband's got cancer. John, he's a big fan. They love the Searchers with Pittman in them, and they love that stuff. If they like you, they'll buy anything. They'll be your friends for life.
Yeah.
Alexis and her mom, Cindy Ellis, is Alexis Erin's mom. Beautiful soul, Ken.
Appreciate that.
Awesome perspective. Great show, guys. Everybody, dude. And you know what's funny, dude? You're being you, brother.
Yeah. I'm not trying to impress anybody, man. I don't care about impressing anybody. I don't care about TV shows. I don't care. If it happens, it happens. But I'm not here for that, man. The truth is.
He says that every time, but that's why you get it. Fuck the ones that go, oh, I made it, guys. I got a minute on Paranormal 922. Woo! I read a script for 2 minutes. You're changing people's lives, brother. You're going to homeless shelters. You're helping families. You're going to Paracons. People going, you work with the Warrens? That's a humble legacy. We don't just let any riffraff in either. Trust me. You lifted our spirits. You're right. You're right. And John, I love you, John. You're one of the best dudes, man. I can't wait to meet you in Washington. I hope you're doing well with all your treatments.
Yeah, man.
Ken will
I'll be
definitely.
praying for you, John. You know, I pray
And
that the Holy
Prentice,
Spirit, I pray that the Holy Spirit and God just comforts you in this dark time, and that no matter what you're feeling, what you're going through, whatever pain, I pray that God just heals you. And I hope that your answers are in such a way that will be enlightening and give you comfort in knowing that you are loved, and that no matter what you're going through, John, there are people here for you. Amen.
the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. I don't care. I don't care. I'm proud of it. I might love horror and Rob Zombie and Beelzebub,
And
but
here,
I love my God. I love my soul, and I love the love that's pouring out. We got a good 5-10 minutes. Look at the amens dropping in, lifting our
yeah, I
spirits. Look
love
at
it.
you.
Love
I
it.
love it. Good Lilac. Awesome Lilac. There you are, girl.
Hey, you know,
How you doing? What is this?
hey,
Heather that said this? Let me see. Oops, I'm falling apart, guys. Let me go. Heather, I hate social media, but we need to be connected to you all amazing, beautiful. So, see, that's why, like Ken said earlier, there's good and bad in everything. It's how you use it. If you have a pitchfork, can you bale some hay for your cows, or you're going to stab somebody? It's how you use what you got. Am I right?
yeah. You know, for me,
Ken, I
I've
want to drop
always
some questions on you because I've been dying. I got 20 questions for you. We only got about 10 minutes.
that's fine.
What's one of your bucket list, brother? Give me one for America and give me a couple for the world that you
Okay,
got to
so
go.
on my
Yeah.
bucket list, I'm actually pretty excited to do the Hinsdale House. So that's what I'm going to be doing. The
Upper State,
Hinsdale.
New York, Hinsdale, New York.
Yeah, and then around the world, I mean, maybe like visit a haunted castle or something. I'm not too sure.
Scotland,
Maybe
Ireland.
Scotland. But what I do is I really want to go out and start investigating different cultures and their magics and how they, how they perform their rituals. Just be more diversified in people's different belief systems and how that ties
Interesting.
in to healing. Yeah, Romania.
Interesting.
I'd like to go to Romania. Yeah.
Like I not to change the subject, and I'm actually going to touch on music in a minute, but Pantera, big band. I love Pantera.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Dimebag Daryl and Vinny.
Oh yes, my dime bag. They're on tour now with Zach Wild, which isn't the same, but whatever. They did a video where they went to like Saudi Arabia and they went and met like a shaman type dude. They did shots of rum in a tent. The dude had a rattlesnake come out in the whole nine. I could see you traveling around and doing different cultures and trying out there. You wouldn't seem shy to do that, I don't think. You're willing to try stuff, right? I mean,
Yeah. I mean, for me, I like adventure. I like adventure exploration. I like learning other people's cultures. I love different types of foods. My goal is to essentially go to places, and this is just a thing for me that I have. I really see myself as a person that's going out to different places with people who are truly afflicted by demonic entities and helping them be relieved of that entity. So kind of like an international exorcist, so to speak, like in small villages, that type of stuff.
yeah, a lot of different religions have their own things. Of course, Mexicans have the Day of the Dead, and then you have like certain cultures that don't even believe in spirits, and there's other ones that worship the spirits. All these tribal places in Africa,
Yeah.
Egypt.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go so many places, dude. You can go to the Egypts. I'd always like to go to Jerusalem. I'd always want to go to Jerusalem.
Yeah, that's definitely on my bucket list. I definitely want to go to
Yeah,
Israel.
the River of the Nile, where Jesus
Yeah,
was in the basket.
I actually have a cousin in Israel. His name is Ehud.
Shut up.
Yeah, he's my long lost cousin. So I am a Ashkenazi Jew as well. I've got Ashkenazi Jew blood in me. So, but I've got a cousin in Israel.
Ireland's many haunted places. A lot of people want to go to Ireland. CL, and he's not on here anymore. What's his face? Duo Demonology there. The dude, I forget his name. I was friends with him. I met him. But he went to Vlad the Impaler's castle in Romania. What the fuck is his name? He's not on Facebook anymore, but CL went there too. They went to see Vlad the Impaler and all that good stuff. Jerusalem would be great. River of the Nile, Jesus was floated down. I'd love to look for the Ark. That supposedly is in Ireland somewhere, in London.
Yeah.
We got about a couple more minutes left, Ken. Let's talk about. I want to know what a demonologist, not so much a demonologist, but I guess an exorcist, which is even cooler. What is a father? What do you listen to for tunes, dude? What do you crank on when you want to relax?
So a long time ago, I used to listen to Metallica and Iron Maiden, but right now I listen to a lot of Gregorian chant music, and that's my thing. Gregorian chant music, and I listen to a lot of worship music.
Yeah, I like the Celtic music, like the old school Ireland, but that's even deeper.
If I'm in my office studying, I'll put on iTunes and I'll listen to Abrahamic Messianic music. I'll listen to Shafar, but most of the time I have playing is Saint Michael the Archangel prayer. This is video I found on YouTube, and it's basically, it's an exorcism prayer, and I play that in the background as I'm studying, just to kind of get myself in focus. So
that is a first, historians. No one has ever dropped. People always say, "Oh, Slayer and TLC and fucking Tupac."
I mean, I love
all that shit, but this is real deal. I love that.
I love Metallica, but for me, and I'm not saying that the music is bad, but for me,
no. But I love.
Yeah.
Oh, that's deep. I put on YouTube sometimes Celtic and just different tribal music, even the Mongolian throat singing, boom, 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 the hue and stuff. Some of that. That's cool, Ken.
Well, it grounds you. It grounds you, and it puts you in the mindset of, just focusing. And that's the important thing for me.
That's wild. Yeah. I want to do it on a shot after the show and crank some of that on YouTube and just sit on my couch and vibe and pass out to the negative 25-degree weather. And what about movies, brother? I mean, let's go. I want to go a little bit off the fun side. So what about movies? Do you dig old school? Like documentaries?
I love horror movies. I love scary movies.
Okay.
I have this new movie that came out in the movie theaters. I saw it. It's called Pray to the Devil. And it's a really good movie about exorcism, about a sister nun who wanted to learn about exorcism. And she was involved in it. It's a really good movie because it takes into effect the psychological and mental illness type of side. And of course, my wife is calling me when I told her I have a show.
Well, it technically is 8:00, but I mean, Jesus Christ, she's right on the button.
Yeah, but
that's a girl for you. She's right there.
Yeah, I mean, so I do like horror movies. I like stand-up comedy a lot. So for me,
like Stephen King, you must love my boy Stephen King a little bit. Yeah. Oh shit! Real quick, guys. I posted about drinking Moxie and how it was invented by a dude in Maine and a dude in Lisbon where I grew up. And Ken orders a case of it.
I've got a case of it right now sitting behind me. So
did you really like it? Be honest.
Yeah, it was really good. It was really good. Yeah.
It's almost like a tart root beer, right?
Yeah, I like it.
Oh my God, you're like, I just ordered a case. I go, fuck you. He fucking screenshots it on Amazon. I go, oh my God.
Yeah, no, I got it. It's right here in my office.
Oh, I love, dude. You're a great dude. We're going to go a little bit over. If you don't mind, we'll go 5 minutes over.
That's
but
fine.
Before we go and talk a little bit more, I want you to plug some shit, my brother. Plug everything and anything. YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, your fucking email, whatever you want.
I mean, just right now, my Facebook is good because I'm actually working on a project. So I am getting ready. I actually just launched a Patreon. So my Patreon is called Exorcism and Pastoral Care with Father Ken. And I'm going to have 3 different levels on there. I'm going to have the basic care, which allows spiritual counseling once a week. You have access to a weekly exorcism case file, in which we'll be talking about it, critiquing. The second level is you'll get 2 monthly pastoral counseling sessions with me. You'll get access to my podcast. And then with that, it's going to be on a private Discord server. And then the final one is called the Shadow Squire. The Shadow Squire is going to be $15 a month. And in there, I will do pastoral counseling, but I'm going to be educating people on the dangers of demonic exorcism, the occult. And it's going to be a series of different classes. It's called the Shadow Squire Academy. And at the end of that academy, I'm going to give you a graduation certificate. And you're going to learn everything about the basics of demonology, exorcism, how to perform an exorcism, not to be one, but how to identify certain characteristic traits, take into consideration the mental illness, build the profile. So I'm waiting for Patreon to approve my new thing. And then the Shadow Squire Academy is actually very select. I'm only taking 8 people on at a time. So that Shadow Squire Academy is going to be about a 6-month course, 6-week course on the basics of, the darkness, the occult, different religions, theories, theology, protecting, grounding yourself, calling on the angels, medical equipment, like how you would evaluate a case, why it's important to have a psychologist, a doctor, why it's important to never neglect the basic human needs of the afflicted. So that's what I'm working on. And so as soon as that's launched, as soon as I get the approval from Patreon.
You got 4 fucking girls right there. Nikki, Stacy, Rachel, and Aurora. You throw me in there. You got 5 people right there, brother.
Yeah, and then it's going to take you to, so you're going to have exclusive video on Patreon, but it's also going to take you to a Discord channel where we're going to have private chats. Each chat is layered, depending on the tier you choose.
You hear
but
that, guys?
The Shadow Squire is the one where I'm hoping that it'll make more of an impact. And you're going to have access to the private Discord channel. And not only that, though, we're working with the RH Negative Nexus channel with Philomena Thomas. Philomena, she does the RH Negative blood factor. And so there's some doctors, medics, psychologists on there. So it's all going to be on that private Discord channel. Yeah.
You get some people. I tell you, if you want to learn from the best. I think that's great. And people can find that for now if they follow you on Facebook. I'm sure you'll put up, hey guys, follow me here. So follow Ken on Facebook, and of course, like and follow the Warren Legacy Foundation for Paranormal Research.
Yeah,
we got like 28,000 followers.
Yeah,
there's always content going on. There's a merch store. You can support us, and some members have come and gone. But even if you come and gone, you're still family. Nikki, I see it's funny you talk about Krampus DVD, and you said it earlier, but you talked about earlier how that it gives you nightmares and you watch it. And then you said on the podcast last week, you're not scared of anything. So, like, are you scared or you're not? You're so funny, Nikki. Sometimes I watch your shit just to laugh. I tell you, you're good people. So shit, man. Okay, so I always end my show now since the new season with a question. We'll have to end it quite right away, but I want you to ask me a question. I want you to play the role of you're a host anyway.
Okay.
But ask me a question.
So I'll ask you a question. So why do you do what you do?
Wow, that's a first. Holy shit. Shit, stump the fucking historian. Good one, Ken. Shit, what do? What I do? You know what's funny? I kind of pondered that the other week because I thought to myself, what? At 43, not much family, no kids. I'm not married. Technically, I love Heather, but I'm not. I don't have any expectations. Why do I keep doing this shit? But I honestly, dude, I guess it's because I like it. I just when I see a movie, 9 times out of 10, I'm like, where was this filmed? Even if it's like in Georgia, and I write it down. Like The Purge was filmed in Connecticut, the third one, and I want to go find that spot. Mystic Pizza with Julia Roberts was filmed in Mystic, Connecticut, which is also got a seaport and a haunted bookstore. So I figure, why not go? I guess I do it, dude, because honestly, dude, my mom died, and before she died, I'll never forget. She died a week before she was gonna retire from the LL Bean. LL Bean, everybody knows LL Bean. I don't even know. And she told me, I said, Mom, I gotta get you to Salem and Gettysburg, because I've been a couple times, more than enough for Salem and Gettysburg 3-4 times. I'll go when I retire. And that's what everybody says. I'll go when I retire. She fucking died a week before, and that fucking poor woman didn't go many places. The places she went and the places I brought her. And I said, you know what? Fuck that. I'm going to go now. So I go to where Storm of the Century was filmed. Graveyard Shift was filmed. Stephen King shot parts of Pet Sematary. I go to his house, and I DoorDash in Bangor. I go to where America's Most Wanted, Al Brady, after Bonnie and Clyde got killed. He was America's Most Wanted. He got killed in Bangor. I go there. I go to his grave in the Jewish cemetery of Mount Hope because no one claimed him at 22. I talked to him. Sure, he killed some buddies, but he was killed there. No one claimed him, and I talked to him. I haven't got nothing yet. But I do this shit, and I think to myself, no one gives a fuck. I go on Facebook, and I think to myself, the same 5 people like it. I have 200 subscribers when people get thousands, and I go, whatever. But like Heather says, she goes, but at the end of the day, are you coming home excited like a 5-year-old at a carnival? I go, yeah. She goes, okay. Did you make the Northeast Historian chapter leader, the historian of the Warren Legacy Foundation? I run the Northeast Historian. If someone has a problem in Rhode Island, they hit me up and I fucking look it up. That's a huge compliment to have people like Father Kenneth Torres, Dr. Kenneth Torres, Monsignor Kenneth Torres, and to have people, Chris McKennell, Ed and Lorraine's grandson, count on me, and to have my girlfriend trust in me, and just, yeah, it's neat, man. Long story short, that's never really short with me because I'm a talker. I guess I do it honestly, selfishly for me. But if you don't do it for your own pleasure, what the fuck's the point? I'm a skin bag. I'm a bag of flesh. Yeah. The soul inside of me is going to go away, and Adam the Historian Ghost Hunter is going to be dead when I die. It ain't going to matter in the other world. Yeah. So for now, dude, I'm just trying to like Pokemon Go my life in real life, I guess.
And you're making an impact, and you're setting an example, and we see that, and people love it. Now you
coming from you, that means a lot because you're a well-respected dude.
I'm nobody, man. I'm just kidding.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I'm nobody. I'm just kidding, bro. I mean, that's something like all of these accolades, whatever. I mean, that's cool. I mean, that's fine and dandy, but it means nothing to me if I change who I am.
Now, you're helping people, Ken. Yeah. Ken, you're in a food chow line on the holidays. Your beautiful wife's at home cooking you an oyster. Oh, okay. Fuck that. We're going late. What's one of your favorite meals to cook? What's one of your favorite meals to cook and or eat? Come on now, give me something.
I mean, for me, man, I'm Puerto Rican, so I like Puerto Rican rice and beans with pork chops.
You're always doing. I see that side dishes, but you're always doing barbecues and these food trucks and shit. You really have a good palate, I think, for almost anything, huh?
Yeah, so when I got out the military, I did go to culinary school and I worked at a couple of restaurants, and it wasn't for me. My whole idea, what I do want to do in the future is have a place for homeless veterans to learn how to cook and give them some support. So with that,
Yeah.
opening up a maybe 20-seater restaurant or a food truck and helping veterans, gain job skills while they
Everybody's
cook
going.
with grace.
Everybody's getting hungry, Ken,
Yeah,
because everybody sees your post. If it's not God bless us all, it's a fucking joke thing, or it's a goddamn meal that's fit for a king, brother. Sorry, I don't
yeah.
mean to cut you off.
It's
Everybody's
all good.
chiming in, and I want to get them all in.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I mean,
Um,
I'm like me. I'm just Ken. At the end of the day, I get off the computer. I still have my family. I'm just who I am. Um, Definitely come a long way, but there's a lot more for me to learn. We're people in process. We're all in different seasons of our life, and right now this season is good for me, but next season may not be so good. But I think I'm well equipped to handle the bad seasons as well. So we are people in process. That's
but the
important.
thing is, too, Ken, you're aware of that.
Yeah,
You're not going into it blind, going, "Oh yeah, it's going to be great." You're not just tap dancing on the tulips.
yeah,
God forbid, it could be worse. No, I'm not going to DoorDash. Fuck off.
yeah.
I'm drinking. DoorDash says me, it's busy in your area. I'm like, yeah, I'm drinking. But you put that aside, dude. And so okay, man, let's kind of end it with this. What do you see for Ken Torres in 2023? Just in general, do you see yourself writing a book, going on a tour, a talking tour? Do you see yourself
So,
settling down? What do you think?
so my goal is to potentially reach more people. So I do see myself lecturing. I do have a book in the making. I'm on my first chapter, but
Good
that's kind of
man.
on hold right now. I'm more focused on the teaching,
Yep.
and we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll put down my life experiences in that book, but right now it's more about lecturing and teaching people, and calling out those who are fake and putting people in check and making them realize that what they're doing is wrong.
Not many of them in the field.
Yeah.
Rachel, I just squad guac. I would destroy guac and chip bowl.
So would I.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, I think it's a good thing because when people start auctioning off their haunted dolls at $300 a doll and they got 45 of them, I don't
Mhm.
believe that shit. And what you're doing is you're taking simple-minded people and you're taking their fucking money and you're going, ooh, woo. Like, what is the deal with haunted items? I just don't get it. If you really legit have one, trust me, you fucking wouldn't want it. If you wake up literally and you're puking blood and you're vomiting piss, guess what? You're not going to want your doll. So you probably don't get a haunted doll. You paid $500 off this dude that runs a show that was on a TV show for nothing. And there's too many of the frauds in the field that put a bad taste in my mouth.
I've got a haunted object and it's sealed away and it's protected and it's blessed and I've had no issues.
Why
Because
does other people come out and they tap dance with it? And hold
I
it
don't
and
I don't give it power.
bullshit.
I don't give it authority.
Right. That's the difference. It's not a public. You don't make T-shirts out of it, right?
Yeah, you don't.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, demonic dolls are always more expensive too. Jeff Schlacker, he's one of another director. I love Jeff. Yeah, it's awesome.
He's a little bit late. We can go, but if you don't mind, we can go at 8:30. I know your old lady called.
That's fine. Whatever.
You got 15 minutes. We got 14 people watching. Holy shit. That's
Yeah.
the most I've had in a long time. And I had 3 chicks on at once one time. That
Nice.
sounds dirty.
Nice.
But, but I tell you, man. But I mean, I got 14 people watching. That's pretty solid.
I mean, why not? I mean, it's Friday night. People want to hear some good stuff. Okay,
Speaking
so
of chicks joining, look at that. Rachel and Alexis want to join. Now we're
you know,
getting dirty.
my whole
guys.
thing is just like, look, let's talk about the BS that's going on in the field. Let's talk about the TV shows. Let's talk about how everybody's a psychic medium now, and there's just people out there that have wonderful gifts. Jeff is wonderful. Aurora, Nikki, these guys have got some wonderful power gifts. April Brissett, she now calls me the holy hotness. April Brissett, the psychic house.
Oh, on the Jersey psychic meeting. Did you grow up with her in Jersey or no?
I grew up around that area. I grew up knowing about her shows, but I mean, my whole thing is just like she's a wonderful individual. I mean,
He knows me. She actually dubbed me the historian ghost hunter. She goes, "You should
There
call
we
you the
go.
historian ghost hunter."
Yeah.
No shit.
yeah,
She was on the Holzer Files for an episode or two.
yeah. No, I like April a lot. There's a lot of you've got to be really cautious about what's going on out there, and that's not to say. Look, I think that if we are in tune with ourselves, we all have the possibility of being a psychic medium empath.
Okay,
whatever.
but listen, just because you got blonde hair, big boobs, and some tattoos doesn't mean you can read tarot cards. Am I right? Like, how many fucking things are we gonna sell here, guys?
Yeah,
I'm calling it out. I'm not like
it's
people
funny,
don't like me.
I'll go on TikTok because I have a TikTok, Archbishop Ken Doctor, right? I go on TikTok and I've got like over 1,000 subscribers. And it makes me, I can go live. But then, I scroll through the TikTok and people are just selling these tarot cards or doing these things. And they got like over freaking 20,000 subscribers.
Why?
They're over here summoning
Why?
demons, trying to get possessed, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
There's no proof or talent.
It's like, oh my gosh,
Palo Santo, motherfucker.
Yeah. And then they people buy into this stuff, and it's like you don't know what you're letting into your house. You don't know what you're doing. It's like, come on now. Really?
Then they leave it. Then they leave to the next one. They leave the mess for the family to deal with. That should be a fucking crime, dude. Because then guess what? Then they call the Warren Legacy up, and Father Ken Torres goes and deals with their fucking trash.
Well, right now I'm dealing with a really strong case. It's a case here in town. It's a foundation case. I'm dealing with a woman who is a psychologist, who deals with kids who have traumatic events. Trauma. They moved into this house about 5 years ago. Her ex-husband, who's now in prison, said that the house was talking to him, and so what ended up happening. Well, I've got 2 cases. Stand by. And so what ended up happening was they had an older son, and so this dad doused the 2-year-old son with gasoline, lit him on fire, and made his older son watch.
Shut the front door.
He's in prison. The son is under state control. He's under the state, under psychological care, and they have a series of events that is still happening. And so, we're there to help them out. So, demonic growls, mimicking, scratching, pushing, objects appearing and reappearing, gas lines busting. I've got all the evidence. We've been there. Neighbors on camera in a trance-like state, looking directly at their window with a shotgun. Then the other case that I'm working on it's in your area. It is, I won't get into too much detail, but it was something that happened last year, an individual who murdered his wife and his child. And so now the family believes, the guy's in prison, the family believes that it could have been under some influence. Before the crimes happened, the family did report and did have a priest come out to try to do a cleansing. The priest left scared, never came back, and they dealt with that paranormal phenomenon. So this individual murdered his family. The 2-year-old son survived, different case. And so now we are investigating the possibility of whether or not this really was a demonic influence. Now, we're not going to intervene with the legal system. We're just going to go ahead and do a case report analysis and see what we can find. So that way we can try to give this family a peace of mind to say that maybe, you know what? But at the end of the day, we already see that the Arnie Johnson case, demonic possession cannot be proven in court. So you still committed the act and you still have to be accountable for your actions regardless. So it's pretty hard for people to understand that their family members can commit these types of things. There's a lot of elements to this story that we still don't know. Family history, trouble, was there a problem with the marriage? All of that stuff is still in the early process. But those are 2 of the strongest. These are 2 of the strongest cases that I'm working on right now.
I mean, I guess someone could just snap, but shit's got to lead up to that. And as far as Arn Johnson goes, if you guys remember, that's the Conjuring 3 case.
Yeah.
That's a realized case. That's one of the only cases in American history where the devil was brought into trial, basically, in the U.S. for murder. I shook hands with Arnie, him and Deborah, before Deborah died, when I met Annabelle for the first time. 4 months after my mom died, right after Lorraine died. My mom died 2 months after Lorraine. So I bought tickets to meet Annabelle. I met Chris and all them. Chris left. Chris has been all over the world, but me and Heather met him. He gave me the jacket he wore to Lorraine Warren's funeral. I still got that somewhere.
Yeah.
Crazy shit, man. This isn't for the faint of heart. This isn't grab your fucking jelly beans, pay $80, get a t-shirt, and go spend the night in the weekend and go, what's my name?
Well, this is
real shit that you're dealing with.
This is nothing to Ron Stokes, but it's not like, let me grab my proton pack and fight this. You know what I mean? And if any of you guys don't know, Ron Stokes, as part of Spur Demonology, he's actually part of the foundation and our religious order, and he is part of the Ghostbusters paranormal team by Dan Aykroyd, and they do charitable events in his location. So Ron Stokes is involved with the Ghost Hunters paranormal group that's led by Dan Aykroyd. There's different chapters across the country, and they do charitable events across the country. They feed children.
Wow.
They do all those types of things. So, yeah.
That's pretty wild. I met Dan once. I talked to him about Betty and Barney Hill and shit, because the alien abduction is about a couple miles from where I live, and he was all, oh, really? I go, I'm part of the Warren Legacy Foundation. He goes, didn't one of them die? Because I met him at Peabody, Massachusetts for a Crystal Head vodka signing like 2019, right after Lorraine and my mom. My mom died. I got some money. I went crazy, met a bunch of people. And I paid only $35 to get a bottle signed by him and to meet him, get a selfie, the whole nine. I get that sometime on Facebook for a profile picture with Heather. But dude, honestly, I feel like if Dan met us, he'd be a cool dude. But you don't really boast about what you're in. So we got 10 minutes left to go, man. What do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about?
I mean, nothing really. I mean, the whole thing is just like coming on here and educating the public. You know, there's dangers, you know, to what we do. I mean, and it's not for the faint of heart. You know, it's a calling. You know, you have to be sure and ready and willing to jump into the fire. You've got to be willing to jump into that fire and fight for that family, tooth and nail.
Kimberly's actually talked to Kimberly. We were friends for about 3 or 4 months before she joined the Word Legacy, and she messaged me. She's like, "They're putting me on to see if I'm going to join. I'm really nervous." I go, "You're going to make it. I'll put a good word in for you."
Yeah.
And I said something good. She's been really cool shit. Well, I'm just saying because jelly beans. A lot of people always go, "Oh, big investigation this weekend." Jelly beans and it's fun. It's the comical side. You're going in. You think TikTok videos, a couple pictures, and you leave.
And look, there's nothing wrong with doing.
What Ken does is serious. It's a full-time job. It is.
I live this. This is ministry. I'm actually in the process of getting my religious order made a nonprofit.
Only the red ones.
My whole thing is, if you're going to go out and do paranormal explorations, have fun, do it. You know what I mean? You can learn a lot. Learn how to use your equipment. Learn how to read things. But the best tool that you've got is your body. You know what I mean? You're going to go out and you're going to do these things. Make sure you have fun, but you're safe with it. You know what I mean?
Don't open the doors you're not supposed to open. Don't cross the line. If you're not a surgeon, don't commit brain surgery.
And
dude,
look,
this worries me.
And this is nothing against paranormal explorers. Nothing against them. If you've never dealt with a family case, don't try to come in as a paranormal explorer and try to work a family case. It's not the same thing. I mean, you can try to help, but you want to make sure that if you do that, you have to offer the solutions. Yes, go in, grab data, get the analysis, and make sure that you're doing everything right, but make sure you have the solution. What are you offering them after the investigation? Not like some shows that are on TV, whatever. I won't name drop because I'm friends with them, but they'll go in, they'll confirm stuff, but what's the resolution after that? What are you doing to help relieve that problem?
They don't have a plan B. It's just go in, take selfies, and then go home for the weekend. Real quick, Aurora North, what's your biggest dream, Father Ken? That's a fucking different one. I never heard that
my
question
biggest
before.
dream, my biggest dream, honestly, I couldn't tell you, but I don't know. I don't think I have a big dream. I would say the biggest dream for me is a world that's filled with love and peace, no violence. You know what I mean? A place where we can just all sit down and relax. And I would say a perfect utopia. That's my dream. That's the medical side. But my dream for me is to make an impact in life and know that when I die, that my character spoke for myself and that I was able to impact people's lives. That is my dream. My dream is to continue the legacy of Ed and Lorraine Warren and leave such a positive impact in people's lives that said, hey, you know what? Ken did a great job. We should all emulate to strive to be, the person that he was. Maybe, I don't know. It's hard for me to sit here.
Dude, I don't want to say if you'll die tomorrow, you'd be all set. But honestly, dude, same thing with me. I feel like if I died tomorrow, my soul would be clean. And I've left my mark here. And I think you're the same way, man. You know what? We got 15 fucking viewers, dude. If you want to log out, we can, and I'll keep talking. But I got limited hours on this fucking thing, so I'm gonna keep going until we get at least 5 viewers. Why not? If the fucking guys want us to feed them, let's feed them, right?
What would you like to do as your biggest dream? What would I like to do as my biggest dream? You know what?
3 girls at once.
Biggest dream. I don't know.
Heather knows what's up. Heather's been looking for a chick for us.
Yeah.
We're good.
So my whole
speaking of chicks, Ellie Bennett, psychic medium, Ellie Bennett. Thank you, girl, for checking in.
Hi, Ellie. How you doing? Nice to meet you.
First time author. She's sending me her $50 fucking book personally signed to me for no cost, just for being a guest on my show, respecting me. Good chick. Good chick. Please send Father Ken a friend request, Ellie, if you can, or vice versa. No pressure. Good people here, man. Good people doing good things.
I'm not your creeper priest, you know what I mean? I'm not your creeper priest. You're not going to see me with a black and white photo, holding a crucifix and saying, yeah, exorcist extraordinaire. Come on.
Some people just, you know what's funny? I think I know who you're talking about. And even if you're not, I know people kind of like that because there's a lot of people in this field that are kind of the watered down version of historians, of priests.
Yeah.
There's no document. See, you took a documents, man. You've done the courses for spiritualism. Some people, paranormal investigating, all you have to do tomorrow is go, yep, I'm a paranormal investigator. Let's go. I got a flashlight. It's
I sent you the private message of what I was talking about.
I guarantee you I fucking know. Yep. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, I could have. Oh, anyway. Oh, my. I fucking 100% knew that. Heather fucking. Oh, my God. Heather unfriended him. She's like, who's this guy? Oh, my God. Asking me for pictures.
I'm gonna have to tailor my shirt later.
Oh, my God. You're the real deal. You're the real deal. And you know what's funny? Your post, it's, world. That's the difference, my friend. That's people like you and me. I may be a spaz that takes shots and smokes weed. You may be a fucking down-to-earth dude that doesn't talk shit or promote, but we're pure, right? We're real. That's why we're part of the War Legacy Foundation. That's why we're good friends. Father, I have questions.
And if I don't have the answer, I'm not going to sit here and BS you and say, no. I'm going to say, you know what? Give me a few minutes, or I don't know the answer to that question. Let me point you to somebody who can.
Real powerful. Thank you, Lilac. Dude, Allie Bennett, I can't say enough about this chick. A young girl who's a mother, and she's taking a little bit of time off to be a mother this year because her daughter's young, which is great. Yeah. But at the same time, dude, she knows her shit. You ask away, Allie. I'm sure you'd love to answer your question.
Ask away.
We got a couple more minutes here. We got 16.
We're going to DoorDash dinner tonight anyway, so.
If you don't mind going over, dude. Last week I went 2 hours. I didn't give a fuck.
No,
I'm unlimited hours.
I'll probably order. Well, normally it's a 2-hour show, that I do. So,
good deal. We got a half hour then, so fuck off. You guys don't like it, tune off. You guys like it, tune in. Thank you so much for tuning in to chat, everybody. I appreciate you telling me you're watching. A lot of people out there watch and don't tell me who they are because they try to keep me at bay and they steal my ideas for places. That's why, honestly, dude, I don't share a lot. If you don't see stuff, it's because I don't share a lot. I get nervous of sharing on places I go. Because even, like I said earlier about that mill place, I know someone's going to want to go there tomorrow and go, hey, can I do a thing here too? I heard Adam is. People are conniving in this system. You know that.
So Lilac Walken has a question for me. Let's see.
Oh, no, right here.
Do you believe in spirit portals? Yes, I do. I believe in spirits.
Oh, thank you, Lilac.
Spirits. I believe in portals. I believe in all that stuff. I believe all that stuff is, for me, it's natural. The supernatural side of me is the natural side. And I do believe that because we are energy, we are vibrational waves, we are energy. And I believe that there are spirits. I believe that there are portals, but I don't think there's anything to be afraid of if you understand them.
I get that. Whew, shit.
Yeah. Let's see.
Actually the first time I heard about that with portals and shit. I guess that makes sense. Allie, thank you so much. Allie's the best fucking chick you could ever meet, besides Heather, of course. Thank you so much, Adam. My question is, I often receive the question of how can I be a Christian and believe in mediums? Because she's a psychic medium. I have a general idea on how to answer this, but what would you say to answer? What would be your best advice? Thank you.
I would tell people, you know what? Mind your own damn business. It's a spiritual gift from God. That's it. Simple as that. You don't ever have to explain yourself to anybody. If you know in your heart and you are truly certain that this is a gift that's been given to you and you're helping other people, you don't need to answer anybody. You don't need to give anybody any explanation. I believe that these gifts that we all have are spiritual gifts from God, the Creator, Allah, Buddha. That's the truth. The Bible has been misinterpreted so many times and it's hurt a lot of people. Lorraine Warren was Catholic and she was a psychic. These are spiritual gifts. That's it.
See, you're a father, you're a Monsignor, you've done all that shit. You're a priest.
An Archbishop, Archbishop.
And an Archbishop and a doctor, which I love. But you're not traditional in the sense where it's like, you are going to swing for your sin.
No, I don't do that, man. I don't do that.
You don't. I don't do that.
Yeah,
you're a new ager.
Yeah, I am who I am. I am who I am. I'll offer you Eucharist. I'll do prayer for you.
Alexis, you rock.
And maybe a lot of people don't like that, but that's fine. I don't care. I don't care what other people think about me. I don't care. I'm not here to impress anybody.
You made a lot of people happy. Linda Bernier says, great answer. Lilac says, firm believer in what you say. Alexis loves that. And Ali says, that makes me feel so much better. Thank you so much. I believe that too. I'm so glad to hear that from a person of faith. Thank you times 1,000. Shit, that's a lot of thank yous, dog.
I appreciate that, and that's the truth. The truth
Look, I'm up on Facebook, Kenneth Torres.
It is a gift. It is a gift. And, some people are just too ignorant to see that. Some people are stuck on biblical legalism from the church. Church legalism is the way that church legalism is unbiblical teachings and doctrines that have been imposed by a man on the pulpit, and they want you to think the way they want you to think. There's no biblical structure behind it. There's no biblical truth behind it. That's why a lot of people fall under church legalism. And as they get older, they're confused about these things when it comes to spiritual gifts, psychics, mediums, the occult. Okay. A lot of these interpretations and a lot of the biblical teachings were meant for that time because these were people that were really doing bad things. And so, don't consort with mediums, don't consult with witches, because at that time it was seen as a really bad thing. And it wasn't for the edification of that goodness of the tribe. You want to edify your soul. You want to edify your heart. Everything that we do is about edification. It's about edifying your soul. Yeah, right. Exactly. Brainwashing. I love it.
Brainwashing. So, but that's where you come in and you kind of stop the stigma, and you kind of you don't so much dabble in all religion, but you fucking know you're educated in all of it. And I think
that's my degree. That's my degree. I'm a doctorate of divinity, a real religious degree, not an honorary degree. A doctorate of divinity is a doctor who understands different religions and theologies and belief systems from around the world. So it is my job to understand difference in ideology, theology, biblical law from the Torah, from the Tanakh, from the Quran. It is my job.
The Holy Quran, dude.
Yeah, it's my job. And I don't know too much about the Quran per general, but my job is generalization in all spiritual paths of life.
But you're learning every day, and that's why you're a modest motherfucker. You don't go, I know it all. Like, if you got hemorrhoids, don't call Ken up. You can't do nothing for
I'm not a physical doctor. It's funny. Somebody messaged me the other day, and they said, "Hey, doctor, I think I'm pregnant. Should I see my gynecologist?" And I said, "I am not a physical doctor. I am a doctor of religion." I go,
I'm not looking at your coochie.
I said, "I want to go with your gynecologist." And that's it.
Well, see, but that's the thing is, doctor retains a lot of shit. People just got to like PhD the whole nine. George DaCosta, he's actually got Annabelle tattooed on his arm. Big fan. What are some of the things that the Warren Foundation supports? I guess anything. When it comes to right, I'll let you answer that.
We support everything except ignorance, bigotry, racism, and disrespect. We will not support that. We will not tolerate that. So, we are a non-denominational organization working with people from different faiths. We have psychics, we have mediums, we have witches, we have empaths, we have doctors, we have psychologists, we have skeptics. Now we have neuroscientists, we have astrophysicists, we have people who believe in quantum physics. And so historians, correction. Yeah, thank you. But
we come in there. We count in there somewhere.
No, but it's important. You know what I mean? All that stuff is important. Because this is a really big path. This is really
more than just you set up recorders and you go in the house and talk to the people. They're really, dude, the Warren Legacy Foundation. I don't do a lot with them yet. I'm still fairly new, but just to I'm kind of in awe of the ground we cover and the fucking people we cover. I love that so much. Ali says, they're all coming in now. That's killer. How do you get past judgment of others? I struggle with this, Stacy. You shouldn't have to. Fuck what anybody says. I don't care. As long as you're good, if you ask permission to go to places, if places are abandoned, if you ask for permission, there's no trespassing signs. If you go in it with a big heart to help people in personal cases, you really shouldn't. But Ken, what do you think of that?
Let me go ahead and give you a doctoral view of.
I'm gonna go grab a beer. So let me pull myself out real quick.
So, Stacy, how do you get past the judgment of others? I struggle with this. Stacy, the first and foremost, what you want to look at is look at your past trauma, look at the experiences that you've gone through. Sometimes what you've gone through in life sets a narrative for you, and that narrative can be judging your mind physically, spiritually, and mentally. And so you want to go back to the original standpoint, to where the origin point, like, why do I feel like this? Why do I care what other people think? And just go back to a time where you find happiness, love, and just screw what other people think. That's all. Yeah. Let's see. Thanks for the answer. I became a supporter this evening. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Look, we are all people in process. Our paths are different. Our walks are different. And it's really hard sometimes as human beings with this human experience, to push away these feelings. But you have to be true to yourself, stay true to yourself, and know what you're doing is right. Um, you don't need people to validate who you are. As long as you have and know your self-worth and what your value is, it doesn't matter what people think. So if people are judging you, that's fine. I get judged all the time. I get judged all the time from people who are clergy in this field. And I don't care. At the end of the day, Matthew 7:1 says, don't judge. It's only God's job to judge. So I'm not here to judge. I'm here to love.
My fucking shower's not draining. I left my shower on because you're supposed to leave your drains on a little stream. And I look at my bathtub's half full, so I shut my water off. I said, fuck. So I think my pipe's frozen in my bathtub. But I got another joint, so that's good. Dude, it's negative 28 now.
Yeah. Well, hey, I mean, it's going down a little bit. Right?
Maine was a bad choice. I should have just left.
Hey, you could be in Florida with the Gators.
I guess it's true. It's just like they say right now. It's just a freak. Feels okay. Hold on. Negative 27 feels like negative 47. Holy fuck! All right. So we got a lot of listeners. We got a lot of people watching, which is Alexis thinks I'm funny. Alexis, I burned your incense earlier in your candle. I honestly don't want to burn it because it's got all the little incense, for God's sake. All natural ingredients. Oops, there we go. I'm frozen. You hear me?
There you go. Yeah, you're unfrozen now.
There we go. Might lose my power here in a minute. It's fine. I totally agree with that. Don't waste energy on those that judge you. That's Alexis's mom, Cindy. She's been a fan since her daughter came on. That's for sure, which is awesome. I appreciate y'all. I know my folks that I had in the UK, that's like 3 a.m. over there, so they're definitely not on. Wanted to watch. I know Emily and them. Yeah, I appreciate you, Ken, because people come on, and I love everybody. They talk about themselves, which, obviously what you want to do. But at the same time, man, your heart's in the right place for someone who has a lot of fun and does your own thing. What we got here? Be in any field and get judged. Yeah.
The more time here, yeah. That's true. I mean, that's just the walk of life. You got to crawl before you can walk.
So I got to ask you, Ken, besides research and bullshit, besides all that stuff, what do you do for fun, dude?
So I golf a lot. I like golfing. I love bodyboarding. Ooh. I do a lot of hiking. I do indoor rock climbing. I used to do martial arts. I taught martial arts for a while. So
you learned in the Marine Corps?
In the Marine Corps now, I learned and taught some Aikido. I did some Krav Maga. I'm also part of the Coast Guard Auxiliary. So I'm a volunteer. I'm a volunteer auxiliary. So we are the volunteer side of the active duty of the Coast Guard. And my job is an instructor and interpreter for them as well. So if they need me to instruct, I'll teach different topics. If they need an instructor, they'll call me. They'll fly me on a plane or a helicopter, and I can support any mission around the world within 48 hours. Yeah.
You're just fucking there, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, that's real quick, guys. Candles by Alexis. I don't know if that's her number or not. Maybe you probably shouldn't call her. But I don't know. She put on her card. Maybe it's a work number. But check her out. Her candles. The UPS guy dropped it off. He was like, my whole truck smells like a hippie. He's like, hope my girlfriend doesn't think I was at the strip club. It smells good. So yeah, man, I like that you're into this for the real reason, but I like that you're a real person, that you and your wife can go out and have fun and go see a ball game and go donate your time or go get
just like tomorrow. Tomorrow, my wife and I, we are going to go to an all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. That's what we're going to do.
I love that. See, you're all work, but you're all play. You live for the day. You love some knowledge. Every time I post an old school movie or music thing, you're always all about it. So what's one of your favorite old school things from the old school times, man? Like, what's one of your favorite shows or movies or just
man, I you know what? I still love Nick at Night. I love Are You Afraid of the Dark? I have the whole collection.
Oh my God, when they blew the match out.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing. I still love Rugrats. I still love Ren and Stimpy.
You're a Nickelodeon brat. I love it. Doug and Rocco's Modern Life.
Move it, football head.
Oh, football head. Look at that. All the lilac putting the hearts up. People love that. Batman. Batman was classic. Absolutely. I got to grab mine. Yeah, you definitely got to grab them. I just blew your candle out, Rachel. The Candle Witch. Oh, smells terrific. Got some good shit. All right, 20 minutes left. They're giving me 20 minutes. Perfect. 21 minutes. Okay. Oh, Ren and Stimpy. All that on Netflix, really?
No. Yeah. Ren and Stimpy. My wife's like, almost done. I go, babe, almost done. Give me some time. But
if you don't get it, you don't get it.
I like Ali's question. Do you think that Jesus or the disciples had spiritual gifts that were interpreted to fit the narrative of the Bible? I always wondered. That's a really hard question to answer, to be honest, Ali. I think there was a lot of good.
Thank you.
I think that there was a lot of good intentions with the disciples and how they wrote the things, and I think the way it was put in the Bible was how they wrote it. But I do think there's a lot of misinterpretation. And the spiritual gifts weren't necessarily given to the disciples. The spiritual gifts were given to the followers of Christ. But I certainly don't believe that everyone should have the gift of tongue. Protestant church, Pentecostal, speaking in tongues, running around the church. But I believe that we all have spiritual gifts. And I think that the Creator made us in such a way that we can enjoy these gifts that are divine.
Great answer. Fucking great question. Ali and Ken, two great minds. That it's just deeper than, do you use Ouija boards? What's your favorite crystal? I love, and that's great questions too, but I love the deep questions. Allie's a smart shit for a young chick. And AJ, her man, they're actually going to be on the week after Valentine's Day. I think they're going to be my guest again. I love that answer. See, Allie respects you. Smart chick, follow her. She's on the good shit. Her new book's going to be amazing. She's taking a little downtime to be a family girl, but amazing things. With 18 minutes to go, Kenneth Torres, Father Kenneth Torres, Dr. Kenneth Torres, Monsignor Archbishop, friend Kenneth Torres. What's one of your favorite places you've gone to that you'd love to go back? Gettysburg, Salem, New Orleans?
New Orleans. New Orleans is definitely a must. I plan on going back this year.
That's my number one bucket list, dude.
That's a few years ago for my birthday, and it was actually it was for my birthday, and it was wonderful. I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the place even before I went there. I've always wanted to go to New Orleans, and so that place is just magical for me. I plan on hoping one day to buy some property out there. That's my dream.
I love that. Definitely I want some time. I know you're friends with the guys in Gore, I think, or something. But I love that because I think the Curse of La Llorona is down there. You get the Voodoo Priestess down there. You get the bogs and all that stuff with all the St. Louis graveyard and all that stuff where all of them are buried. I believe Trent Reznor from Nine Inch Nails has got a house down there. I know Philip Sandel from Down and Pantera's, the lead singer, has got a place down there. New Orleans is the Salem for sure of the West Coast. You got crawfish, all that stuff. You get all that. I
love
stuff.
New Orleans, and I love crawfish. We have crawfish boils at my house here at least twice a year.
Dave Childers swears by it, but never tried it. I never tried it.
I love crawfish, man. That's the thing. It's beautiful. It is beautiful, delectable.
Oh, Allie, you could never bother us. You're fucking amazing.
I love it.
You're awesome. She has another question. Smiley face, funny face. Father Ken. Something else I've always wondered was, if God loves everyone, why is he unable to forgive Lucifer? Ooh. And why would Lucifer have the power to torture the bad souls? If technically torturing bad souls would be a good deed. She asked the pastor in the question once, and he walked out of the room. LOL, and I'm not just saying that. I'm literally laughing out loud. That's a great question. I don't know if Ken will have all the answers.
That's a great question, but you also have to look at it from a parental standpoint. A lot of people get anger and wrath confused. He rebelled against God. God created him. He rebelled against God. He thought he was better than him. So through his wrath, he punished him. He could have easily decimated him. He could have easily made him go away. But because of his wrath and because of his love, he tossed him from heaven to walk.
He was the angel of music, right? Or he was like
the angel of light. Angel of light. One of the most beautiful angels, right? And so God's wrath and God's anger are two different things. So God loved him enough to say, you rebelled against me. I'm not going to destroy you, but I'm going to punish you to walk the earth, and your domain is earth. No, and that's what it is. You know,
I've heard that.
Lucifer, the devil, technically has Rome on earth. This is his world. That's why it says we are in this world, but we are not of this world, because our
Remember in Rob
world,
Zombie's, I know it's a movie, and in
yeah,
horror movies, House of those
yeah,
cops, and the old guy
yeah,
goes, "You don't have to worry about hell. You're in hell. You're walking on hell. This is hell." It's a
yeah,
movie, but I think that's
yeah,
because there's a lot of lust here. There's a lot of
yeah,
greed, a lot of hatred, poverty, all that shit, Kenny. You know,
yeah,
brother, and you
yeah,
fight against it every day. But you're a one man army, so to speak. But you
yeah.
keep doing it, brother.
Yeah, and when it goes back to the torturing of bad souls, I mean, it's not really literally Lucifer torturing you. He's enticing you. He is making you act on your own impulses and your own desires, because that is the free will of man. So basically, the
Yep.
devil isn't torturing us. He's just enticing us to do things that would be out of character, supposedly, allegedly, theologically speaking. So,
Dude, watch Demon Knight. Oh, look at you. Just let me in. I'll give you anything. He teases you
yeah.
with the stuff. And you're right. God gives us free will. You're right, Ken. God damn. You're
Here,
one of
here,
the smartest men in this field. You don't get enough
here's
knowledge.
the thing. Here's one of
God damn.
the here's one of the things, though. I was going to say,
Yeah.
everyone wants to blame God and everyone wants to blame the devil. The truth is that if God intervened, we wouldn't learn the lessons of life. We wouldn't love. We wouldn't learn.
Allie, you're
We will not
awesome.
learn love, mercy, compassion, grief, loss.
Keep being you, boo.
If the devil had full reign, then we would be decimated. So we are on this earth so that we can learn. People blame God and the devil, but the truth is we are acting on our own free will. We are acting on our own impulses. So it's either up to you to become a decent person, or it's either up to you to become a bad person. And all that is subjective to your own truth. I know people, I'm good friends with Satanists, and they would say the opposite. Okay, whatever, your truth is subjective to you. But we have to stop blaming.
But Satanists also believe not to harm children. There's a lot of pedophiles out there that aren't Satanists. They're just pieces of shit. You chose
Yeah,
to rape that kid. You choose
it's
to be
easy.
a piece of shit and light the
It's
house on
easy to sit here.
fire.
It's easy to sit here and blame and say the devil made me do it. And it's easier to sit here and say, well, if God loves me, if He exists, why does He allow these things to happen? Because the fall of man, because man, we are greedy. But He does give us an option. We
Free
have the
will.
option with free will. We have the
You're
option of
right.
free will. We can choose to be a good person. We can choose to be bad. It's all up to you. That is the testament, and that is a true test of the human experience.
I tell you what, guys, you're not going to get someone more knowledgeable on the cloth and just on life itself. You want to have guest ghost hunters. You know what I mean? I love my candle makers. I love all my mediums. I love all my ghost hunters. But while you're going to get that one cat that really is deep into the spiritual field. And look at Allie loving the answer. People are just loving it.
Well, I know Allie's a really gifted psychic, and sometimes for me, it's nerving because I expect critique, and that's fine. And
just like you, she can't shut it off, brother. It's 100%. It's not.
I expect people to ask questions, and my whole thing is I got to tell people this is my interpretation of what I feel. This is what I think. What has been revealed to me by my heart, by my studies, and by my experience. I might be wrong. We might all be wrong. When we die, we might just all come back as leotards. Remember that movie?
You fucking guy. Of course, you're going to leave us laughing. We got 13 minutes left real quick. You know what's funny? For someone who's so knowledgeable, you act like you don't know it all, which is modest. And that's why I keep having you on. We're not on Ross's network no more. I got no reason to kiss your ass, but you're a really smart cat. You're really in this for the right reasons. And I love that you're getting known. I love that you have a fucking whatever the fuck you want to call him, a producer or a manager. We got Lilac laughing. Everybody's laughing.
Yeah,
I got a buzz. I don't mind. I usually don't get this buzz, but with Ken, Allie, yes, you do a fantastic job answering questions. I love your perspective. Allie's dropping fucking.
You have to be open. To sit here and say, well, the Bible says this. Okay, I know what the Bible says. I've studied hermeneutics, which is biblical interpretation. It is a lengthy process, understanding root words and all that. But the truth is, you have to be open and adept and in tune to understand different perspectives. Now, my perspective might change in a few years, but this is what I know to be my truth and my understanding. And this is how I convey it to the world. As I mentioned, and I keep on saying it, I'm not here to judge. I'm here to love. So if you're going hungry, I'm going to go hungry with you. If you don't have any clothes, I'm going to be standing there naked with you.
I would
You
walk
know,
the gates of hell with you. I would literally wrap my arms around you and walk the Satan's
I would
army.
literally go into battle with you. If you need food, we're going to hustle. We're going to do something. We're going to make something happen. I'm going to be there with you every step of the way. That's the human experience. Kindness, right?
That's
Be
what
kind.
should be the human experience. Should
Be
be.
kind. Be kind. Be kind.
Look, you got everybody loving you. Look at this. Right here. I make candles mostly of a spiritual aspect. That's true. She puts a lot of her talent into it. Same thing with
Because you're putting your
Aurora.
wonderful intention and your energy behind that work that you're doing. You are
John's
using
wife, Linda.
you are using the gifted side of you, the arts, the humanities. You're putting all of your wonderful intentions into that work. That is your masterpiece. That is your baby. You are finding something that you've cultivated and you're good at it. So if you love candle making, that's a beautiful thing. If you love doing incense, it's a beautiful thing. It's all about intentions. It's about how you do it. That's the most important thing.
Man, I want to hug you through this TV right now. Heather's going to have her own show soon. Witchen Life is going to do her own podcast. She'd love to have you on. She's nervous about asking people, but I'm sure if you offered to do it, she'd reach out to you. I know you would.
Yeah,
Heather's like, don't tell anybody. I'm like, fuck that. So Heather's going to be live soon. You could talk for days because you're so genuine and pure, and I wish we had another hour. We get 10 more minutes. Let's fill it up good, though. Though.
Is that what she said?
You see what I mean? This fucking cat's got humor. He can take a demon out of you, but he can make a demon laugh on the way to hell. The pits of despair, Reverend. I love it. True. They're loving you. Heather can ask me, oh, yes, Alex, she'd love to have you on, Alexis. I'm a little bit Alexis. I had Alexis on. She's a killer. Rachel, too. She's laughing. Oh, good burp. Good push.
There we go. That was like a 7, man. You can do better. You can go
fucking
deeper.
Beer and Jaeger. I'm drunk right now. I'm pretty good buzz. I'm not going to lie.
You can go deeper with that burp.
Well, when you're going to come to Maine and fucking look at some cool shit with me and go see Stephen King's house, you think?
Let's do it. Well, let's see. I mean, I've got a couple of business.
Hot seat.
Yeah. I got a couple of business trips lined up out there, so we'll see. We'll
if you
make
get to
something
USS
happen.
Salem, we can go at least look at Salem, Massachusetts together. I'll come down and meet you halfway. If I can't go to the USS Salem, I'd love to meet you the next day if we can.
Yeah. So the USS Salem is going to be an event July 1st. So I plan on getting there that Thursday, Friday, getting there Thursday with Joe Frankie, Friday, relax, do the event on Saturday and fly back out, maybe Sunday. So we'll definitely have some talk and do some stuff. Stacy, thank you. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you for your kind words.
Lilac's been watching since the first show. Sometimes they think it's Ross with a new name. I can't tell if Ross is all these fake people or what. I don't fucking know with him anymore. Spoke on my place in NOLA. That's what Dowd's first record. Yeah.
Awesome.
Look at Man and Altitudes in from Two Witches podcast. Two Witches, nice. Spooky Spirits. Amanda came up to Quincy, Mass when we did the thing there. She came up with her daughter and met us. Where fucking Whitey Bulger killed people. Johnny Depp in Black Mass. You ever watch that movie? We do a lot of spots there. Get to see that. All right, man. 8 minutes. Father Ken Torres, my friend, my brother.
Hey, so here's a quick question for you.
Oh,
why are priests called father?
Why?
Because it's too suspicious to call them daddy.
Oh, I love that. I fucking love that. I fucking gonna go. Love you, Adam Beacon and Father Kenneth Torres. Thank you, Aura. Thank you for everything. Hey, Father. Thank you. I'm bringing Amanda. Where was it? 2 hours. Ken's dropping jokes. Daddy. Me and Heather are down with that. Heather likes tricks. I'm cool with that.
You gotta have a sense of humor, man. You can't be so straight and narrow. When it comes down, when it's time to do business, when it's hey, daddy. Oh my gosh.
Oh, everybody, look at that, love daddy.
My Facebook wall is gonna be posted now with "Hey, Daddy." My wife's gonna be like, "What the hell is going on?" I love it.
So, I got this for 50 cents at a yard sale the other day.
Oh, that's nice. That's so cool.
Some of you went at a carnival, right? So I got a collection. I don't care. Heather's down with chicks, so that's the best part. All I need to find is another chick. Scarlett. She's a wrestling chick.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, I can't beat that. So, see, that's the thing is, I mean, you're into the holy shit, but you don't mind. I don't think looking at chicks is sin. I don't think smoking weed is sin. I don't think all that paranormal ghost hunting is sin. Someone asked a question earlier about getting holy water. Was that you, Nikki Ray? About do you believe in holy water? And if so, where do you get it? Me and Heather go to a monastery. The Kennebec Monastery. We get holy water in the basement sold by a bishop. Huh?
Or this is what you can do. You can get yourself an empty bottle of holy water. You can go ahead and get tap water.
Yeah.
Put your intentions behind it. Say a blessing, say a prayer, and you have holy water.
No way. Really?
Yeah. Look,
really?
There's a fallacy out there that just because only clergy can do these blessings, but I believe in
people like you.
I believe in our right that we are all clergy, that we are all called to servitude, and that we are all pastors and ministers of light. I believe it. I believe it. I believe it.
I would feel more comfortable if you blessed it than me, though, dude. Honestly, no, really? You think
that's fine. And that's fine. I don't mind doing that. That's perfectly fine.
But you think it's the same if the intentions are pure?
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. I believe it.
Oh, man, I love this dude. I got a girl. I'm straight as an arrow.
The water comes from the sink.
I like nothing like beautiful women. Oh, Amanda, that's hot. Yeah, definitely. And this is the same way. I mean, have my walls. I think women are definitely more beautiful than men, for sure. Absolutely.
God's wonderful creation. We have to admire the beauty around the world.
Goddamn, Adam, right? Adam had an Eve. I put a gas mask on and they fucking blew it all. So, man, all right, we got 5 minutes left. What can we touch on? Are you on Instagram? Are you on TikTok? I'm
on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. So I'm on TikTok. Let me see if I can find my TikTok handle real quick and get it to you.
Girls.
But then we'll just post
it on here. Man. Heather knows all about it. I mean, even look, Mandy Rose, old school wrestler. I just love it, man. It's just girls are beautiful, and it's just different. And to see women, even not sexually, just in the field for years of not being taken serious. I've seen so many women, paranormal investigators, psychics, spiritual healers, shaman. Connie Koenig in our group is. I have her as a guest in 2 weeks. Yeah. She's a shaman, right? You know Connie.
Yeah.
What's that chick from New Zealand there? I can't get her on yet. Cleo, I haven't asked her yet. She'd be fun to come on, I think, right?
Yeah, she is a wonderful friend of mine. She's a good sister. She is the regional director for Europe and New Zealand. And we share territory because I have the Spanish country. I have Spain. So Cleo would be wonderful to have on the show. I mean, everyone in general would have the show. So
the Warren Legacy member, Tammy Christians. Hello, Adam and Ken. A little late. This will be on YouTube, girls, and everyone, guys, kids. We have 3 minutes left to go. This fucking guy's gonna get DoorDash.
Come here. I want you to introduce everyone to my wife.
Girl. Yeah.
That's my wife, everybody. We'll be done in a few minutes. Yeah.
We got 3 minutes.
I got a donut.
You don't believe in ghosts, so you can't. You don't believe in ghosts, you can't come on. Just kidding.
We're almost done. Oh, I got a donut.
No, hey, how are you? You work tonight? You called him. He's like, I can't call. I can't answer.
It's Adam. So it's Adam. He's part of the foundation. We're on the show. We got a few minutes left.
Nice.
So sorry about the dinner. We'll order some DoorDash, man. I got honey to do
I actually DoorDash, and then next thing you know, I go to the house and I leave my card and I go, is this place haunted? They go, there's a graveyard out back. It's in Maine, I go, can I look? Next thing you know, I make a YouTube video out of it. That's called getting paid to ghost hunt.
That is the best thing, having my wife support me. I mean, she doesn't really she doesn't really jive with the whole paranormal, but she has been a really good support system. She's helped me motivate me to finish my seminary school. She's been with me through the good and bad times, and she's my world.
Chica, we dropped you earlier. We said how behind every successful man is a successful female. So for real, you support him whether you believe or not, and you let him do his thing, and you're right there. And fucking
what's up? Hey, Tammy. Somebody said, "Hey, beautiful
Adam, what's this right here? Oh, someone's birthday. My birthday. That's right. It is Stacy.
Happy birthday, Stacy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
Yes.
to you.
As we chime out, everybody, what T-shirt is over your right shoulder? Oh, so in 1999, I actually met. Well, I don't want to take it down. I met Rob Zombie on his first tour. I got an official tour.
Yeah, nice.
Here's the poster I got signed by him, and there's the backstage pass. Dude, October 1998, Halloween night, 1998.
That is awesome, man.
So yeah. Anyway, that's enough about me. Ken, any last words as we got about a minute to go?
Yeah, I'm looking to really grow my online profile, so I'm going to be doing a lot of more posts. I'm hoping that I can get people over to Patreon and Discord. I do have a TikTok. I did post it in the private channel. For me, the most important thing is equipping people, helping them understand fighting evil, the dangers of the paranormal. So if I can get that support, if you're on here, send me a friend request. I'm a pretty simple guy. You know what I mean? Promise. Yeah. You'll like what I got.
Yeah. Ken will be great. Real quick, those guys chiming in. Rob Zombie. Yeah, I met him.
Rudy, what's up?
I started outside his tour bus for 2 hours, and I got a backstage pass. He signed he signed everything. And, yeah, that was cool. So, yeah, man. Follow Ken.
Let me post something real quick. See if I can, because I know we're live right now. So let me see if I
don't care. We can go 3 hours. I don't give a fuck. We got 15 watchers.
I'm just trying to find where the live feed is at, but I can't. Look, so I've got some comments. I got some stuff in a private chat where you can just add my profile. I've got those two. I've got those two hanging on the wall.
And I want a Freddy glove, real metal.
Yeah. So, but hey, it was good hanging with you. It's always a pleasure, man.
You got something to share? Share it, brother.
I did share some stuff in the private chat. I'm not sure why I can't find you guys. Why I can't find the live feed. But hey,
let me see.
Thank you, John. I appreciate it. How many viewers you get tonight, man?
I can't see. Oh, there we go. One. Let me.
Oh. Whoa, there you go. Yeah. It's all right, brother. We'll take care of that.
Come in? Did you see that?
Yeah. We'll take care of that stuff.
All right, man.
Well, hey, it was a pleasure being on here. I love you guys. I love you, brother. Let's do this again sometime soon. Yeah.
Talk to you soon, Ken. And have a good night. And we'll talk to you very soon, my brother.
Everyone be safe, be blessed, have fun. And if you have to question it, it might not be the right thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody's saying thank you. So thank you, Father Kenneth Torres. Check him out, Warren Legacy Foundation. And, of course, he's on his own doing everything else. Everybody else says thank you, night and blessings. And we'll see you guys on the flip side. We'll see you next week. My guests are – I got 5 guests. I got Expedition, Jenny Cole, and a bunch of people on Paraflix. So check it out. Kenneth Torres is out. We got 11 viewers. I'm going to go a little bit longer. If you guys don't mind. Once I get like 3 viewers, I'll time out, but I don't care. I'm pretty drunk. Rudy, what's up, dude? Rudy, if I find a trailer park, man, you gonna give me for rent or what? Yeah, man, you guys can tune off if you want. It's 9:03, and I'm really just like chilling. Heather can come on if she wants. Torres took off. I'm allowed like another hour, so I got 10 viewers. If I get down to 5, I'm taking off. So 5 of you got to live off, and I'm leaving. Oh, I grabbed one more. That's bullshit. No one really wants to see me talk. So yeah, do it. I'm gonna call everybody's bluff. I don't care. Stream. I pay $20 for unlimited hours for a month, and it runs out in 2 days. So fucking watch me or leave. That dude that ripped a bunch of people off for selling drugs. I watched it the other day. Farmer Bro. He ripped a bunch of people off for selling like prescription drugs and people watch them live stream every day for like 8 months straight. You said 10 and I saw 11. I see 10 though. Go ahead, talk away, Alexis. Why not, right? I don't give a fuck. Fuck if you guys don't want to watch, I guess. So I've been reached by people to play to be on their podcast type league or group things, and I said no. And I've been reached by a couple people to do documentaries, and I said no. Honestly, not really don't do documentaries, but to kind of work with me. That's my heater, by the way. So I guess where's the snow? I don't know. You guys want to go see? So for now, it's really nothing going on, but look, I guarantee you it's cold though. It's let's go see outside where it's negative 27 technically. Sticking to your guns. Yeah, I don't care. Here you go. Oh boy. Wow, that's cold. Is it in the gut? Woo. They say if you're out here for 10 minutes straight, you start getting frostbite. Wow, is it cold? If you guys could only feel. Oh, it makes my eyes squint. Oh, that's cold. Whoo! My 2 cars are both fucking. I own both cars, by the way, and I own my home. I'm not super rich, but I definitely fucking. Wow, that's cold. Took care of myself. Wow, man, it's right in the gut. Oh man, it's like painful. Yeah, that's not enjoyable by any means. I can't believe you guys are watching. Oh, I don't know what to talk about anymore. Oh boy, oh, my whole body's cold. Whoa, that is cold, dude. You guys want to wait for a minute? I don't know if you guys came on earlier, but I showed my championship belt. This phone weighs about 15 pounds. This is what the Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan wore. I paid about $500 for this thing. It's huge. It weighs a lot. Oh, it's cold as fuck. Let me see. It is currently feels like negative. Oh, check this out. Oh, I just fucking ruined everything, didn't I? Yep. Yeah. Oh, what an idiot. There we go. It is negative 18. Feels like negative 45. I always want to go boil some water and throw it again. It feels like negative 45. The Antarctica, like the fucking, it's negative 92. So we're really close. My cat is on my lap. I'm warm. Well, that's good, Rachel. That's good. It looks cold. Yeah, it's cold. It's negative 9 in Derry. Well, you're almost there. Negative 18 in Poland. Yeah, that sounds about right. Balls are freezing. You look total. You should totally make an igloo. I was gonna go outside and play around, but after 10 minutes, you can get frostbite, and I just don't want to do that. So, shit. It's been 2 hours. You guys are winding down for sure. Thank you guys for watching. I'm probably gonna call Heather, watch a horror movie, and drink another beer, smoke another joint, and pass out alone on the couch. There's really not much to do. Really anything to show off? Did I get something new? Where did I get? I don't know anymore. There's all my shit. Well, not all my shit. All my Russian dolls are up in the corner. And my autographs. All right. Anyway, yeah, you guys are bitches doing to watch me talk about nothing. Sending lots of love to you and Heather. Yes, Heather's 3 hours down from me. I hate that they're homeless out there. You know, they went by a Bangor on Kendustic River, and they were a good dog. Yeah, I would like to have a dog. I went by the Kendustic River the other day, and there were a lot of homeless camps out there, which sucks. The thing is, though, I go to Heather's for 5 or 6 days down in southern Maine, so if I had a dog, I had to bring it with me. She's got a bulldog, so it probably wouldn't work. I was having a total. Oh, Iris. Iris is your daughter, right? Or you're not your dog. Oh, a daughter, probably, I think. Oh, Burn. What up, Heather? I like that. I'm like, what the fuck? That's Heather. He wasn't watching. Who is?
Iris is it her dog? No, it's her
Her dog?
husband.
Oh, God.
Iris, her husband had a total meltdown.
No, this is Iris.
Right.
Iris
right.
was having a total meltdown. Her husband's AJ.
Right.
Oh, yes, her daughter. Yeah. Oh, Heather. Alexis is awesome. Hi, Heather, Stacy.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, they don't grow out of their meltdowns. They don't ever grow out of them, ever.
I mean, I figure we got a limited time, so I really don't care. Let me see. So what's up, girl? What are you doing?
I just finished painting a little bit. I haven't left the house all day. I have not left my house. I haven't tried to start the truck up. I haven't shopped. I haven't done anything. It's been really nice, actually. Really nice. I enjoyed it. I didn't even send the kid to school today.
Face, open the door. I'm like, I get in the face. As soon as I open the door, I'm like, bruh.
I bet
cold.
you know that
I mean?
that deer pantry that you have right by your house, like what, 2 miles or whatever. They probably have the deer are probably hunkered down. I worry about them. Like, what's all the wildlife doing? I want to give a blanket.
Alexis and we can check them out real quick. Oh, Mike the Gomes is calling me. That's weird. Alexis and Aaron, I just sent you things to jump on if you want. I'm not answering the phone to my former guitar player in my band. But I will check out the YouTube channel before Alexis or Allie jump on if they do. So what do you think about Father Kenneth? Pretty good though, huh?
Yeah, he's pretty awesome.
Heather?
He's awesome.
Yeah. I think he's
You're the guy with the gun. The person who would do anything to protect the one.
You hear that?
Yeah, is that your ad?
Did you know you could go to jail for simply...
Can you hear that like I was saying? Yeah, I'm trying to make sure you hear.
Not a deer out there, huh? This time of day, this time of night, that would be full of deer. Yeah, but there's woods behind there. They're all in those woods. Wow, usually they're out there. So yeah, they're hunkered down somewhere. Hunkered down somewhere. We've watched that this time of night.
Betsy
We've
Lou.
watched Betsy. Hi. We've watched it this time of night just yesterday.
Allie, I sent you a link in Messenger. You and Alexis to join.
And there was deer out there. It's not today.
Yeah, what are you saying?
There's no deer out there.
No, it's fucking negative fucking 20.
How would you? So Betsy's watching. Betsy, how do you type "sums a bitch"? Sons of a bitch, like sons of a bitch, son of a bitch, but like Southern. How does that get typed out?
Betsy, yeah, and Betsy, what are you doing right now? Do you want to jump on? I'll send you the link. We can go another 20 minutes. I really don't care. We'll go until StreamYard tells me to pretty much fucking bounce. I'm having fun. People watching.
So I learned something new today. There's something called frost quakes. Have you ever heard of a frost quake? A frost quake is literally when the temperature drops so quickly like it's doing here over the state of Maine, it will freeze the underground water, and that water will have to expand, cracking up the rocks in the soil. And so you can hear some cracking underneath and some rumbling tonight. Don't be nervous. It could happen because you're between 3 rivers. You got a lot of moisture under your land. I never even knew about frost quakes.
The Pleasant River, the Sebec River, and okay, Alexis, sure, I get it. Always an excuse. No, just kidding. It's so cool. You can come on. I'm just kidding. You can come on.
I'll have her on. I'll reach out to Alexis, and we'll do a little. It'll be so fun too. I'll message you and all that stuff.
You could, you could come on honestly and not even show your face. You could just have like the thing and just talk, but no big deal. I know it's kind of late. It's just I'm just
let her have her dinner, Mister.
I get it. Same thing with it. If anybody wants to jump on, I'll send you the link.
So I want to know about the frost quakes. Who said frost quakes or so? Was it Allie who said frost quakes? Like, so she experienced one? I've never even knew they existed.
Oh, Allie. Okay, so Alexis wants to come on your show.
Yep.
So you guys can message each other. If you want to jump on without the video, you can come on audio only. It's up to you. The link is in your messenger. She's got a personal question. Lila's got a personal question to ask. Oh, and Allie, the second meeting said, "Oh my God, frostquakes are terrifying." Allie, please do tell. I feel like the frost giants is a Thor thing.
I can imagine it's like a rumbling.
I've experienced one a long time ago. It was loud as fuck. Allie, you're so. Allie, I'm halfway done Gerald's Game by Stephen King. And please, by the time I'm done, I hope I get your book because I cannot wait to start it. I died 3 times this year, and every time my gift comes more intense. Sounds about right. Oops. I thought we were already on. Yeah, we've been on for like an hour. We've been on for 2 hours and 14 minutes, but I don't care. Betsy, I sent you the link in Messenger if you want to jump on and say hi. Same thing with Alexis and Allie Bennett. If you guys want to come on and say hi with me and Heather, man. Yeah, it's in Messenger, Betsy. You click on the link and just add your name. You can be on. So, yeah, man. Lately, me and Heather haven't done too much. Honestly, Maine's about covered in 2 feet of snow, pretty much everywhere. And right now it's below 0. So until it warms up, we do have to go back to the House of Pancakes in Augusta because my video was fucked up from the Langoliers was filmed. Not Langoliers. Stephen King's Thinner was filmed. Stephen King's movie. Yes, I'll be sending out within 2 weeks. I'm just waiting for the book to get here so I can sign it. Yes, please. And take your time. I'm not in a rush. It'll take me 2 weeks.
Also, just real quick.
Write it to heart. Write to Adam, and the rest just write from your heart. But as long as you write to my name, it's going to go to my grave. It's going to go get burned with me when I get cremated. So.
Yeah, that was just so sweet. I just want to say how sweet that really was.
Yes, I'm getting it from Australia too. Amanda and from Australia. I got C.L. Thomas's book for free. Also, Nikki Ray's book for free. And I'm getting Allie's book for free, personally signed. I want it personally signed. All my autographs, Hellraiser, Miko, Jason, it's all personally signed. I don't plan on reselling it. It's all with me. Oh, look at that. We got the room.
We have some.
Betsy, no! Talk to you in months. How you doing, girl?
I'm good. I just got off work, and Victor and I are about to head out the door.
Oh, shit. There's Victor! Victory! Supreme victory!
What's up, God?
All right, well, we won't keep you long, but I'm glad you could come on, girl and guy.
Yeah. I'm always catching the ass end of your shows because I'm always at work, and they won't let us use our phones anymore.
Now that you
They're
moved
assholes.
back to Alabama, you worked your little ass off. I get it. You know, you have a lot. Well, I get it. But you stayed tried and true to the ones that were there. God bless you.
Yeah,
What's
and
new?
y'all know I always rewatch everything and try to comment on everything. So I'm always there for y'all. So
we love you.
I'm always there for
girl?
everybody.
You always are. What's new? What's new, girl?
Just work, and Victor and I have made another year commitment to Alabama, and and just so you know, we're about an hour and a half from Gadsden.
Yellow Wolf, Yellow Wolf. Oh,
yeah.
Wolf.
But this
Medium says hi. That's killer.
Hey, hi, Allie. Yeah. Well, I lived in Gadsden with my dad, so Gadsden's old stomping grounds for me, really.
Betsy's been to Arkansas, to Colorado, to Alabama. She rolls with the Searchers. She helps them sell merch, but she's more than just a Searchers girl. She's Betsy Brown Williams. She does her own thing. Yeah. And she still doesn't come to Maine to see us yet. She keeps promising, which I call bullshit on. But maybe this spring.
Bullshit, huh? I'm going to slap you right in the back of your rhiny head, buddy.
We are making plans. We are totally making plans.
We're just getting our rear ends kicked around here, yo.
Well,
shit.
What? We started being friends when Corona came in. That didn't fucking help. Oh, shit. No. Check it out. We have a foursome or fivesome. Alexis. You're muted. You're muted, girl. Alexis, you're muted. You have the mute button on.
Oh, shit.
Are you there? There she is. How are you, Alexis?
Hey, Alexis. How are you?
Can you hear us? She may be locked out. She may be muted. She'll get. I think
So
you
yeah, I'm really happy for y'all, by the way, just so you can hear it verbally and
you went
other
to the
than
Shining Hotel this year with Victor to Colorado, huh?
Yeah, we did. We did.
Alexis, you're a
But
big Stephen King girl, huh?
I just want to say I'm really proud of y'all, and
You're so
I knew
sweet.
things would come together, and I'm just so happy for y'all. So
Thank you, Betsy. You're so sweet.
Well,
I try really hard.
Betsy, it's been 3 years, and you got to come down. You and Victor come down. Alexis, can you hear us?
Don't talk to that demon woman. No.
I thought that was
I
Alexis.
can't hear you though, girl. Do you have your mute on, Alexis? Or maybe your volume's low.
I'm sorry, I thought you guys were talking about the home Alexis thing. I was like, don't talk to that damn thing.
I love Schitt's Creek. It's a great show.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna head out so we can go. I love y'all. Love everybody out there in Facebook land.
I'll message you in a couple weeks. We'll come on. You, me, Heather, and Victor will come on a couple weeks, March or something. Okay.
Perfect. Yeah, because I plan on heading to Poly Jail here in the next couple of weeks. So
good. We'll talk about that.
Be safe. Be safe, and we'll talk. Okay?
We will. Love y'all so much.
Bye.
Night.
Bye. Bye. Alexis, are you there? I can't hear you for some reason. Maybe your volume's down.
Because she's definitely not muted. I don't see her little mute thing.
No, I don't see the mute button on.
See, now I do.
Now it's on.
Now it's off.
Maybe your volume on your computer's low, girl. I can see your face, but I can't hear a word. That happens sometime. Honestly, that happened with Ken. That's why I thought he didn't go on for. It could be the volume, maybe.
Leave the studio. Come back in just for shits and giggles.
Right, yeah. Let me see. There we go. So, while Alexis tries that, see you, Betsy. Oh, Allie, you're so cool for tuning in. You and AJ. Big shout out to you guys, being Parents Chicken, everybody. We're going on 3 hours here of just content of talking and being normal. From a dude that's a demonologist and exorcist to just people that are into it. And Rachel, my man's going to call me. I got to sign off. Good night, everyone. Yes, it's definitely a long time, so I get it. Rest assured. Alexis, you're back. Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
That's why we always check in early, but you jumped on like a good trooper. How are you, girl?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I brought the cinnamons over to Heather, and she's like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, they're so good. They're so
work
good.
hard. Yeah, I work
I
hard.
burned the incense earlier. My cactus, I put it in, and I think of you. I go add the pumpkin or whatever, the pumpkin citrus. Dude, how do you do these own incense yourself, girl?
They're technically hand dipped. So what I do, I have to wear like gloves and everything. So, I just, I put, what I do, everybody does it differently when they make incense, depending on how strong they want the fragrance. But what I do is equal parts fragrance and solvent. You need solvent to make incense so it can burn, because it's a different thing than a candle. And so I do equal parts, and depending on whatever scent I think would work with incense, because it's completely different than a candle. That's what I do. And I've been just experimenting with what I think will work. And so I mix the two, solvent and fragrance oils. And once I have the mixture, I just hand dip the incense. I, rub it into the incense sticks and everything. And I have to let it set for like 2 days.
It looks like something you buy at a head shop, though. Like even Lilac says she can't wait to order something. That's awesome by that. But dude, it looks legit shit. Like you put your heart into it, but it's not like it's like you wouldn't see it and go, it just looks good. I've been burning it for someone
Well,
who's a mother. And
it's
just
funny. It's hard to like explain, but they're a little like yours are a little beefier than the ones you get at the stores, which I really like. You know what I mean? And I don't know if it's the hand dipped part of it, the hand love that makes them look so nice and beat, but they're good for the value. And I love them. You do an amazing job for sure.
Thank you so much. I
Yeah,
appreciate that. Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you really got something going on for a mother, a young girl, and what you're doing. But me and Heather were talking. We're like, we'd love to show you some Stephen King shit once it thaws out. Of course, I know your mom's a big fan of the show, and of course, Rachel. You're right up close. And we'd love to get you out for a weekend, maybe get the kids, have your mother watch your kids and go out and go check some places out. What draws you to the side, though? Most girls your age are doing the bar scene or the TikTok scene, but you stay true to being a good mother, like Heather was and Heather is, and you stay true to this side that you're called on instead of going out and just. There's nothing wrong with that, but what keeps you focused on the drive?
I guess, I had my son, my first child, when I was 18. I was 19 when I gave birth to him. And he made me grow up fast. So,
Mama.
Yes,
the thing is, not to cut you off, Alexis, but a lot of girls will still go out clubbing and just doing that stupid shit. And
I did have that phase. I did have that phase to an extent. I was never vastly inappropriate about it because I always put my kids first. I did have that phase, though. I will admit, I was, around 21. I just, went and had my time, and I was lucky to have my parents. But that never took away from my son or anything. And that's all I had at the time. And now I'm 26, almost 27. So I've gotten that, out of my system for the most part, and I don't really have.
Look at Allie. You go, mama. Allie's killer. I think you like Allie. She's like Rachel. She's a good shit. Allie Bennett. It's like you meet him. But the thing is, and not to cut you off, but it's like Heather. You put your priorities first, but you still work and grow on you. You still do your jewelry. You do your incense. You do your perfume. You do your makeup. You do your tarot cards, whatever, your candles. And it's really who you are besides being a mom, though, right? I mean, Heather, you too. I think you'd agree. You can be a mom, but you can still be yourself.
Right. Yeah, you'll go crazy if you don't do some sort of self-care. You definitely have to do some self-care.
I think that, so many people, and especially, generations above me completely lost their identity in being a mother, and that's controversial, and I understand. But they completely define themselves as being, just a mother. I think the most important part, and I've struggled with postpartum depression 3 times now. So my biggest piece of advice with that is you need to define yourself as a woman, in your career, in your life, all that. Besides being a mother, you need to have a name for yourself. You need to still do the things you love. You need to keep up with that. And it is a struggle. And I think that, mom shaming, parent shaming in general is just, for petty things, it sucks.
It's funny. I mean, Heather's a little older than you. She's had a little bit more experience, but I think, Heather, you can agree with what she's saying, correct? As someone who's there and who's had children.
Absolutely. Yeah, and and it's interesting because we all have to also realize we're all in stages, and like what I thought about being a mom has changed hundreds of times. The right way I thought to be a mother has changed so many times. My response to what I really should be teaching my kids have changed so many times. So it's like rolling with the punches and just doing the best we can with what we have at that moment. So and you do awesome with that.
Thank you
for sure.
Yeah.
Alexis, we're gonna cut it off in a couple of minutes, and I know you're coming on late, but it's been almost 2.5 hours. But seriously, I think Heather and I agree. I think we'd love to hang out with you and your mom, you and your kids, whatever. If you guys want to come up, see Stephen King's house, maybe see a spot.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We just, in the springtime, summertime, we kind of just chill. And when she comes up here, we don't do much, but there's a lot to see. And if you're a Stephen King fan, I live almost in Derry. So if you ever want to come up, you know what I mean? And you want to get away for the weekend or something, I'm sure we can collaborate. And I mean that as someone, I'm not bullshitting. Heather knows you're pure. She fell in love with your candles, and you're like her, dude. Your mother, she is a mother of two, and she was a mother of two essentially alone until I met her. Now, one of her daughters is 30, the other one's 15, so it's like,
I know that struggle.
It's real, girl. And I think Heather has a lot of respect for you, and I think that in general, right? Allie,
yeah, absolutely.
Allie, so much for checking in. Allie, we love you. I have you and your husband on there in a couple of weeks, AJ. But yeah, so let's talk about Alexis's candles that I mentioned real quick. Now that you come on as a surprise guest, because that's what we do here, where can people find you besides the card that I have a Facebook?
Just, any of my social media, my personal social media especially is good to contact me. I do a lot of like custom stuff as well, like weddings and parties and whatever. You can contact me through my personal page. If you mention, I get a lot of messages, weird stuff, but if you mention candles, I'm more inclined to answer. I guess.
The UPS guy was tickle pink. He's like, my truck hasn't smelled that good in months. He's like, it's like smells like a hippie. He's like, it's fucking great. He's like, it smells like cinnamon and like it just smells good. And I get this box and I open it up and there's candles and incense and business cards. And I tell Heather, go, look at that I got.
Yeah,
Honestly,
those are like the best packages too. They're just
I couldn't thank you enough.
Yeah, those are always
Keep
nice.
her talking, Heather.
Oh yeah, so like I've been to your Etsy shop and it's really cool. And I think I've told you this, and I'm trying to this week I'm actually going to make an order because I'm hoping you still have them in stock, but the fir incense because I could smell forest and woods and fir and all that stuff, fir trees all year long. So
oh yeah,
oh my god,
they look too good. They look too good. They smell. I'm telling you, they smell. No, they smell better than they look. I'm sorry.
It's an orgasm in a jar. I'm sorry,
it
Mama.
Smells. It's like that. It's just like it's really smells so good.
I don't want to burn it. I just want to sit there and just fucking. Like,
I know. I always hate that because it looks really cute. It looks cute. Like her little the cinnamon bun wax melts look like little. Looks like if you put them in a bowl of cereal and added the milk, it's that whatever that cereal was. That was good cereal.
I know. I remember that cereal too.
Oh, I love that cereal. They need to bring that back.
They do. Definitely do.
Yeah, but that's what it looks like. It's like so fucking good.
Yeah.
I can't say how much I appreciate your support, Alexis, Erin, and your candles and your mama and Heather and all that you do. So let's go around the room real quick. Heather's gonna have a show soon. She'd love to have a guest, but she doesn't know how to reach out to people. And I think Alexis Erin would be a great guest to have for a first, second guest, third guest, whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna reach out to her and we'll get it done. You're so sweet.
I'd love to.
So that'll be the Witchen Life Guide show, correct? Podcast?
Yep, the Witchen Life Guide. Yeah, I'm like, I feel like everybody just does these things, and I want to be just really true to what I want and what I want to do, and all I want to do is just bring love and information to people at no charge. Like I wish I could learn how to do tarot, and I could learn how to do psychic readings and all of that. I wish I could do all of that. Like I'm intuitive, I can feel things, and I can give you advice on kind of just experience. But it's just like, so. Oh, thank you, Lilac. Yeah, I'll reach out to you as well.
Like Alexis,
I love that.
like making candles, putting love, attention, spirit,
that's what
details. That's kind of modern day witchcraft. So that's a perfect guest. It doesn't have to be sitting there slitting your wrist and fucking virgins, which sounds pretty fun. But you can be making candles. You can be making incense. You can be dude. You're a mother, almost basically a single mother of many, and you're doing something taboo like making candles. You're a witch, Alexis, and that's okay. Heather's a witch too, and it's okay that and you need to be known. And I understand it's all about looks and pretty and fashion, but you're actually talented. Besides all that shit, you can make good product. You need to be known. You need to make money for your craft. And same thing with Heather. Heather's got the bedroom eyes, but she knows what's up. And I think you guys need to be known for what you do. When there's people out there making bullshit, Alexis Erin and Heather Caminiti should be. That sounds weird.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what I mean? You guys can look out. Well, you know what I mean?
You're so sweet, dear.
I think you guys are great. I think, honestly, dude, girls are surpassing guys in this field and in general. Or not surpassing, but at least, dude, yeah, girls are the shit. So we're going to end it in 5 minutes. Anything you girls want to give a shout out to, Alexis? You want to give a shout out to Mama or anything? Or
Oh, of course. I always give shout outs to her. She's amazing. She's the best mom. I don't
she likes
know.
a lot of my shit. When I share shit, she goes, "That's my girl." I go, "Oh,
That's
what a good
sweet.
mama." That reminds me of my mom. You're her girl, Alexis. You're her everything, right?
Mhm.
It's like your kids are to you, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, she lost her son, my brother. So, and that was, not too long ago.
The
And
sibling loss thing. Yep, I remember
yeah,
that.
so, I'm all she's got right now.
You're both strong souls. Very
Yeah.
Well,
strong.
Mama, you got us too. Just so you know, you got us too now. So.
If Mama loves Stephen King like you do, you girls come up. You girls can crash on my couch here. I don't give a fuck. Honestly, Heather don't care. We love you guys. And we think you guys come up. We'll do something, figure out, get a campground, something. And we'll just go stalk Stephen King until we get arrested. I don't care. We'll have a good time.
I mean, he'll hear of us at least, right?
Alexis Erin, Adam Began, and Heather Caminiti get arrested today. Sydney Ellis gets ran away and never got caught.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But look, here's a candle.
I know. I get out of it.
You guys love every Stephen King thing I do. You guys are the best. Seriously. And I mean that. So Candles by ALEXIS. Candles by Alexis. When I run out, I'm ordering more, and I'm ordering more incense. I suggest you guys do the same. Go check out her Facebook page. Check out her cinnamon candles, her cinnamon bun candles. I haven't burned them yet because I don't want to. I want to stick them on my wall like Picasso, but I'm gonna burn them at some point. God damn it! But you want to eat them. Very cute. She does them all herself, huh, girl? You do them all yourself. You're very artistic. And Heather Caminiti, Heather Witchen of Witchen Life Guide, coming soon to a screen near you. They're giving me 4 minutes left to go. Plug yourself, girls. Where can people find you? TikTok, YouTube, go. 4 minutes, go.
I'm on TikTok, Instagram, not YouTube, but Facebook. So yeah,
But be polite. Don't be a fucking creeper. I'll kill you.
I mean, I have I think 12.6 thousand followers on TikTok now. So
half of them are creeps, though. Don't trust them, Alexis.
Oh yeah, I know. I get my fair share of that.
But good followers get you money. I get it. So that's good. So you're all over the place, so to speak, with your candles and your tarot cards and your jewelry and your makeup.
Yeah.
Busy girl, young girl that's really going to be an entrepreneur. Keep an eye on her. Proud of you, girl. A Maine girl done good, a New England girl done good. Heather Caminiti, what say you? Where can people find you?
So I'm on Facebook, small TikTok, YouTube, and a lot where Adam is. I'm usually right around there too. Like you can find me linked to a lot of his stuff.
Historically haunted. I tag her an Adam historian.
Right, because we do a lot of the travel together. He usually does more. Like he's just such a great talker, a great promoter. And
if I go to Stephen King's house and get arrested, she's my getaway car. She's only
basically like I'm gonna stay from the I'm like, I don't know him, but then I'm gonna untag 7 years of shit. No.
Alexis, you could come up. I gotta go to Poland. We're gonna hang out with you. Witchin Life Guide show with Heather Caminiti. I mean, I think we'd have a great. Yeah, we're gonna do great. I don't trust a lot of fuckers in Maine, but I like you. I like Cynthia Ellis, your mom. Of course, Lilac. So, hard copy will be up tomorrow. Alexis, you'll be on. This is obviously just like a little guest appearance thing because it's kind of Father Kenneth. He was great, by the way. But you'll be on my show in the future. You'll be on Heather's show, and we'll hook up in real life and actually see human faces Sound good?
I need that. Like, I need human interaction too. It's so like, I love this. Don't get me wrong, but like, gosh, we need our community for sure. So,
She lives
yes.
pretty close to Heather. If you live by Poland Springs, so to speak, we could pretty much see you in a couple of weeks. Literally, it's not like you live that far, and we could hang out, get breakfast, get lunch, smoke whatever, and do something. But anyway, from Historically Haunted Podcast with minutes ago, Heather Witch and CAMINITI. Alexis Erin from Candles by Alexis. This is her second time. I may have her on as a co-host sometime. She's a cool chick, man. There's a lot of young entrepreneurs in this world, and a lot of ones you need to respect. She's one of them. Father Kenneth Torres, thank you for coming on. Next week, I'm going to have a group of 5 Paranormal Expedition group. So we'll see you guys next week. Heather, Alexis, any last words? We got 40 seconds.
No, just, keep being kind to each other. Make love when you can. Just, just keep being good.
Alexis, 20 seconds.
I love you guys. Thank you so much. I'm honored to even be here. Thank you.
So sweet.
Big supporter of the show. Big someone up and coming. If you don't know her, you fucking should. And if you're not kind, I'll kill you. I'll slit your throat. Be cool to her. She's a cool chick. She's a mother of 2. She's a small chick, and she don't need that shit. Me and Heather got her back. So from Historically Haunted, Adam the Historian Ghost Hunter, and from Lilac Welkin, everybody in chat, Cindy Ellis, Elise, Alexis Erin, Candles by Alexis, Heather CAMINITI, Witching Life Guide, and Adam Began. Thank you guys. We'll be up on YouTube tomorrow. And have a good night.
Thank you.